Alrighty, I think we are live and good to go for the 24 hours of Le Mans. Here we are. This is the big
Oh,
event here in France. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us for this incredible event. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Guys, send all your thoughts in the comments down below. But Nick, you're with me for this event. I want to see your reaction to the 24 hours of Le Mans. We're about to get underway.
we are about to get underway as we're just entering into the Porsche curves. Just want to let you know, Jonah, the thumbnail's fucked. But
I'll fix that.
dude, we have been here waiting all year for the biggest race of the year, and here we are. We've made it. We've made it. We've gone through some incredible racing, both in IMSA and WEC, with the 24 hours of Daytona, the 12 hours of Sebring, all the great sprint races over there, the sprint races in WEC, 6 hours of Spa, and it all comes down to this. We have 64 cars out on the track today. We got 25 GT3s. That's a new record for the GT3 category. From top to bottom, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be competitive. The two fastest cars on hypercars are completely out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
this could be a brand new winner in the hypercar category. The amazing theme of the 2001 Space Odyssey is playing. Jonah, take it away.
Oh man, here we go. This is going to be it, guys. The 24 hours of Le Mans. We have been waiting for this day for so many months, and it's the biggest race in endurance racing, I gotta say. And we're gonna have Kevin Magnussen, the Dane himself, on pole position for the 24 hours of Le Mans. BMW on pole for the first time ever overall. It's 24 hours of racing to decide this winner. The 94th edition of the event. 18 hypercars, 19 LMP2s, 25 LMGT3 cars. It's Magnussen on pole. It's Nick and I here on comms. And let's get this thing underway. We're racing at Les Arts. Let's see when this green flag comes. And we are racing! Here we go! Kevin Magnussen leads the field. The Cadillac has already got him into first, though. The number 12 into first. The 20 ahead of the 15 already. Magnussen did not get a good start. The 12 is into the lead. Cadillac lead Le Mans. Is everyone going to get through cleanly into turn one? Yes, it seems so. Magnussen has had a horrible start as that BMW goes down the field. The Alpine is already ahead of it. As the 20 BMW, I think that's Rene Rast on board, trying to get ahead of the number 12.
Yes, it is.
Cadillac. The number 19 Genesis has also moved up a place as well, ahead of Felipe Albuquerque into fifth overall. A Genesis is in the top 5 at Le Mans. What a start by these guys here. But man, this is chaotic here in LMGT3. 27 continues to lead. Castle Racing has moved into the top 5, and the 29 Forester Racing has got into the lead once again after starting second.
Oh, here comes the run from the 20 BMW. Look at the Ferraris in the background, the 50 and the 51 going wheel to wheel as they come down towards the first chicanes on the Mulsanne Straight. It was an incredible start from that 35 Alpine. He almost run around the outside for third place, but he's going to have to go back in the line and wait to go after that 15 BMW. But look at this, almost 3-wide action here on the start. Look at the 101 Cadillac go after the 17 Genesis, or that's the 15 Genesis, I mean, as they power their way down the straight. Here comes some 3-wide action as we see the 12, or that's the 38 of Earl Bamber, who's making his way up through the field. So it's a Cadillac up in the front, but also some Cadillacs making their way up through. An incredible start, but all clean so far for our front runners in hypercar. In LMGT3 though, Drudy still in the lead. Schmidt in the 87 gets to jump on the 21 296 and makes his way up in the second. Lots of battling here as we make our way down into the heaviest braking zone on the track, the Mulsanne corner, and up the inside goes the 51 Ferrari on the 19 Genesis. I believe that is for P7.
Think so.
All the way down there, I think it is. So it's currently BMW, Cadillac, BMW, Alpine, Cadillac, the top 5.
Insane stuff here at Le Mans. The hypercars are all still in one piece at the moment. The 19 Genesis moving down the field as the 50 Ferrari now gets into P8. That's Nicholas Nielsen, our 2024 winner, on board that car right now. So Danny Hunkadea slipping down the field just a bit, but it is crucially Rene Rast in the 20 BMW, the car you predicted to win, Nick, is in P1 as things stand. We had to start a little bit late on the live stream, so I apologize for that, guys. But I'm still trying to figure out graphics and all that sort of thing. So give me a moment and all that.
No, hey, Jonah, not a problem whatsoever. Yeah, no, for some reason, our onboards are just not working for some reason on Jonah's end. So we do apologize for just seeing the little whack thing. Track map should be all good. You can see all the drivers up on there as they make their way through the Porsche Corvette curves. But man, oh man, it is Rene Rast who took the advantage on the start. Magnussen had a stinker as they went quite long on that start. I was expecting them to kind of get into it a little bit, but as they make their way through the 4 chicanes and the end of the first lap, 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds to go. Woohoo! We got a long way to go. But the thing is that the temperature and the track conditions, it's as good as you can want. It's slightly cloudy. It's not overheating the track, which is causing any issues for tires. So it is as good as you can like it for track optimization. And now, as we're looking at some of the LMGT3s, that was the Kessel racing car up into P5. So the 296 is showing a lot of pace, but it's actually the Lexus, both Acadis cars driven by Hawksworth and Schmid in the 78 and 87 respectively. They've made their way up into the top 3 in LMGT3. We've seen a lot of pace out of those cars, both in IMSA and in WEC. It's almost inevitable that I feel like a good position good result, could come out of it. The question is, when will we see it? As right now, Drudy is still the leader in LMGT3. Man, oh man, it's looking to be a classic here, and we've already seen a little bit of chaos up in front, and that's what we love to see. Let's go down and check on our best friends in LMP2. It's Job van Uitert in car number 28 that is in the lead, but Julian Andlaar is in second right behind. That's the car, the 30 car. That's the one that Jonah picked for the win. There's some incredible talent in that car. Julian Andlaar, Dorian Pin. I'm blanking on the last guy. Richard Verschoor?
Yep, Richard Verschoor.
Yes, Richard Verschoor is also on that team. It's a very, very solid team. The Nielsen team is also a very solid team. Jack Doohan, ex-F1 driver, also in that team, as they were trying to go almost onto the pole position. Now, as we see Daniel Harper in the Team WRT car, this is the car that you picked the 32 car to win in GT3. So someone's picked the WRT car to win, as they have now moved up into second and third. So, that was for fifth. The LMG, the graphics messing me up where it shows first, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So I thought that was first through fifth, but nope, it changed regardless. Here is Harry Ticknell in the 007 car, I think losing out a little bit of time to the Toyotas as they're having a little bit of a battle. I think that's Buemi that's just gone by. And it is Buemi making it up the inside through the Indianapolis curves. You know, I think a lot of us, looking at you mainly, Jonah, a little optimistic about what we wanted to see out of that car.
Yeah, for sure.
And right now, they got one car near the back. Dude, the Peugeots are absolutely nowhere. There's already one Peugeot. Louis Duval has already lost the pack up in the back, so he's very much struggling in that car compared to everyone else doing their first lap. So hopefully we can see a little bit more from those Peugeots. Very frustrating to see that in spite of their one lap pace that we saw from them, not a lot in terms of race pace out of that car. Jonah, how's it going with getting the graphics all good? Can you still not get the BMW?
I still can't get the BMW. We were gonna get the BMW up the graphic up on that, but I'm trying to fix our live data because it is showing only a map. So I don't understand why the WEC
it's not showing the map at all. Yeah.
For some reason
on my screen it's not showing the map whatsoever.
No, on the other stream that we have is only maps, which is very strange. So I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
we're doing a lot of troubleshooting on both sides here. So
Nick is
we
being very
appreciate
generous
your
in
guys' patience.
helping us
Oh
out here.
goodness. No, undoubtedly. And we got 114 people here in the live stream. So thank you all so much for joining and being along here. We're going to be here for the long run all the way. And hey, look at this. Some LMGT3 battles. That's the Proton 77. That's the 88 car, sorry. Battling with, I believe that's the Team Qatar Iron Lynx car. The Mercedes not showing as much pace as I thought they would. You know, they were also quick at the Nordschleife in the 24-hour race. Maybe we'll see a little bit more out of that car a little bit later, but right now, a little underwhelming to be a Mercedes GT3 here at Le Mans, as they're currently 11th, 13th, and 15th. Not looking great if you're a Mercedes-Benz fan. In between the two of them, we have the 54 of Castellecci in the 12, and Catuzzo in the 88 Ford. So both of the Ford Mustangs in 10th and 14th. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more out of them. Another thing as well, not a single Corvette in the top 15.
No, they started back.
They are all the way in the back, and they're not having a good time. The 34s and 17th, that's the best Corvette in class, which just goes to show what is happening all the way down there.
It's really not working out for Corvette right now, but it's really due to the penalties that they were having. Unfortunately, they got some penalties. So I think Corvette will come back in the race. It's just a matter of time, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
We absolutely will. Let's look at this as we see both of the Toyotas starting to hunt down the 17 Genesis. Man, that Genesis is pretty, but you could be as pretty as you want. That's not going to give you all the power in the world, as these two Toyotas are trying to do a recovery drive. These guys, they're in 13th and 14th right now. They are very much behind the rivals of Ferrari that are in 7th and 8th, but they're slowly but surely picking their way through. Here goes the 7 car up the inside of Lauderer. That's Mike Conway in the 7 car going up on the 17. He's going to move up into P12. And I believe the plan for this first stint is to just hurry up and get track position as much as you can. Get up there and try to place yourself into maybe that. Actually, if they can get where Ferrari is, that would be best case scenario. A little bit of difficulty is we're starting to see gaps start to form.
Yep.
But the Toyotas are starting to cut their way through.
Yeah, the Toyotas are going through, so this is good for them. They're trying to move up through the order, but we'll see how it kind of goes.
Yes, we will.
And apologies, viewers, for me kind of not being here. I'm trying to do commentary while working out our graphic situation, because
he's working out 2 graphic situations on 2 different streams. Here we go. This is a bit of battling in the back. This is the Spirit of Le Mans car number 59, going up against the Garage 59 car as they make their way into the Mulsanne. The Spirit of Le Mans Aston is going to shut him out. That is the battle for 17th and 18th with Hasselklot and Kirchhofer in the car number 10. That's the winner from the 6 hours of Spa in the McLaren. That car has shown potential throughout so far in WEC. IMSA not so much, but in WEC, it's shown some potential. In this race, both of the cars all the way in the back. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit more out of them a little bit later into the race as we see the 88 Proton car sitting up the inside onto one of the Iron Lynx cars. And I believe that's the 77 Proton of Tuck moving up into P9, going after Martin in the 61 Mercedes. Mad Thigh is showing to be a little bit quiet. The 91 car is in 8th. I have no idea where the 92 car is. It is completely quiet and is not really in the fight. That car is 25th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. That car's 20th right now, or 21st. So last year's winner in LMGT3 not having the best start in the world right now, all the way in the back. Could be strategy, though. They could be taking their sweet-ass time when it comes to driving this race. It's a 24-hour race, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff through there. I'm going to quickly hop on the YouTubes because I would very much like to check in with the viewers because we got a lot of viewers. I would assume that there's been a lot of people chit-chatting all around.
Oh, and
we have a bit of a Mad Thigh train. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I was just saying there has been a lot of people chatting in both streams. I'm currently monitoring both as I
Nice.
think I've got it to work on both ends. So I'm just kind of touching up a few
You
things
have?
and then I think it will be okay. Just the live map is like just frozen for some reason. So I don't understand why that's the case, but oh well, I guess that's just how it goes.
Yeah, you still that you on my screen you still don't have well yeah, you have the LMGT3s for now. But as we see on track, Buemi gets past Slaughter, moves up into P13. So that's the two Toyotas slowly but surely picking at the scab and trying to move their way up into the top 10. They have Makowiecki in the 36 and Sorensen in the 009. Those are cars that they can very well get past. But then after that, and after Jucadella in the Genesis, something coming up on the radio for the 83. Something's feeling very strange in the car. It's not even been 15 minutes, and the winners from last year might be already having problems. Oh, dude, that is one of the last things that we want to see here for this race because, man, oh man, we know that Ferrari hasn't been having pace, but last year's winners already having issues. They're last in class. Well, apart from the Peugeots, they are last. And they are not having a good time whatsoever.
Yeah, Ferrari doesn't seem to have the pace, it seems like. Like, they're kind of just, like, there or thereabout, which is very unusual, you know. But I think that we're gonna kind of see it in a different way in a bit, but we'll see how it goes later on. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting with Ferrari. I'm kind of curious to see how they do. But then again, viewers, we're only about 15 minutes into this race. Still 23 hours and 45 minutes to go. A long way in this race to go. But right now, BMW out in front. Rene Rast has been kind of just taking off right now. BMW look quick, Cadillac look quick, and the two Ferraris kind of just hanging there or thereabout. Like I said, they're somewhat there, but I still would not count out Ferrari. The one thing I can say for certain, though, from what we've seen, is that Peugeot are absolutely nowhere in this race, which is sad to see.
It's
for
ridiculous.
The French line. It is.
I wouldn't be surprised if we hear an announcement in the next 6 months that Peugeot leaves. I bet you that this whole thing would make them so frustrated. I would make them as frustrated to be like, what's the point? Because we know that is easily the weirdest car for hypercars. It's the history behind it and how it goes is it's a bizarre car. But the fact of the matter is that there's potential in it. And we've seen it in one lap pace, both at Imola and at Spa. But they've just killed the car. Like it's just the worst car now. And that just sucks. I definitely feel for the boys over at Peugeot. I definitely do. And I really like that driver lineup over there. And now, as we see all the way in the back, Gattuso and Kirchhofer back for 17th and 18th, going for a bit of a tussle. And look at that, a little bit of damage from the Mustang in the 88. He's got a little bit of quarter panel damage. Not going to be affecting him on pace, but you never know. That could be a flag, and they might have to go in to repair that a little bit later on. But Jeffrey Ibrahim in the TF Sport Car reporting of oil within the car coming on his windscreen. So already within the first 15 minutes, some issues are coming up for drivers. Visibility can always be an issue. You know, sometimes I was actually talking about this with my buddies. If I had to choose any category of racing to do for Le Mans out of like pure convenience, it'd be open top LMP every day.
Yep.
For the reason of I don't have to worry about windscreens, I don't have to worry about oil coming up, like bugs. I mean, I would have to worry about bugs like hitting me in my neck and and my wind and my visor, but I think it should be fine. Something that is not fine is the 57 with Takeshi Kimura. That's the other Hesse or Kessel racing car.
It is.
They are all the way down, and they're not fully off the back, but I think they lost a lot of time. I don't remember them being all the way down the grid in LMGT3, but I guess they are. And hopefully we'll see some recovery from that 21 as we now look at Kirchhofer looking to make his way through the midfield, trying to go up on the 21 as, hold on a minute. What has happened to that 21 car, Francois Heriot? That were they not second on
They
the
were
grid?
second.
They were.
Yeah, they were second
What
on the
on
grid.
earth
So what
happened to that car? So the front row competitor in the LMGT3 has fully fallen off the order. Wow, pretty surprised about that. To see, because yeah, they were showing a lot of pace, but boom, off they go, and it's the Kessel racing car, the 74, that's up in front. So something has happened to that 296. We don't know what. We haven't heard anything on our radio here for the broadcast as to what's happened. Bizarre.
Really bizarre. I don't understand what's going on with the 21. If it just completely disappeared down the order, where is it on track? I'm trying to find it, but I can't see where it's at. But yeah, we'll kind of keep an eye on the 24 and sorry, the 21, and see how that goes with them. But right now up in Hypercar, there's currently a lead battle. It seems Earl Bamber on the back of the 101 WTR Cadillac, who's in this train of cars leading to Kevin Magnussen. Magnussen, what, I don't know what's going on. Magnussen started on pole and then it's kind of disappeared down the order. It's been Rene Rast in the 20 BMW. Because look at
The gap.
Yeah,
that's the
huge.
gap from Stevens down to Magnussen.
Right.
Let's see what it is, what the live delta gap is. It's 2.7 seconds.
Right.
Between, and Rast to Will Stevens is another 2.5 seconds. So gaps are already really starting to show up, especially up at the front. Rast is pulled away from Stevens, who's pulled away from Magnussen. So right now, the closest battles that we're seeing is kind of for that P3 spot. But I say it's a battle. They're all kind of single file. Look in the background though. I think I see one of the Genesises losing out to Hansen. Yeah, that's Lauderer and Hansen in the background. Hopefully we'll see action of that. But I think Hansen in the AF Corsa banana boat has gone past Lauderer and up in the P14. Hopefully. I think I saw him going up the inside, but I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. So nope, never mind. He has. So he does go up in the P14. So first overtakes for the AF Corsa cars. They slowly make their way up the grid as we're on board with Philippe Albuquerque. He's right on the back bumper of Habsburg. Now, I do want to talk about Alpine a little bit. Look at this. Alpine getting a really good exit out of the Mulsanne corner down into Indianapolis, around the outside of Magnussen. This is going to be a little interesting as we enter into Indianapolis corner. Who's going to be the one that's going to be the last on the brakes? And around the outside he goes. Habsburg in the 35 Alpine takes Magnussen and goes up into P3. Finally seeing some great pace from that Alpine, but automatically, as soon as he gets overtaken, Magnussen has to do some more defending. Albuquerque right on the back bumper. So Magnussen is really, really slow in this opening stint. As we see, yeah, look at Albuquerque right on the back bumper as they head towards the Porsche curves. He is flying in that 101 Cadillac. Can he send it up on the inside? No, he's just going to back out of it now. Wow, it's looking really competitive here from third all the way down to seventh as Giovinazzi is at the end of that train. But Habsburg really showing some good pace here, the Austrian driver. But man, oh man, Kevin Magnussen not having the best opening stint in the world. His dad watching on in the paddock. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more out of that 15 BMW.
I would think that we would. I mean, the BMWs looked very quick. I mean, of course, it went on pole position, but I have a feeling that what's going on is that BMW with the 15 are trying to do a little bit of a different strategy compared to everybody else.
Maybe.
I think that they're trying to conserve tires, which is very unique to what they're doing. But we'll kind of see how this goes. Obviously, Magnussen is losing time. He's holding up a lot of cars. Albuquerque should be getting past soon. And I'm very curious to see what happens with Bamber as well.
Oh, yeah.
If Bamber...
Here.
What?
Sorry to interrupt. I want to give out lap times. So the top three, Rast, Stevens, and Habsburg, 38.4, 38.5, or sorry, 328.4, 328.5, and 328.8. Magnussen last lap, 331.2. He's 3 seconds. He's 3 seconds a lap slower right now.
He is.
So he is really not. He's off the gas, not pushing it at all. Now, granted, we've only done. We're only lap 7 right now, so we haven't done many laps. As we're still waiting a little bit to see what happens with times, and maybe we'll get a bit of a better picture in the next few laps. But because of Magnussen holding him up and letting that 20 BMW get away, Bamber and Albuquerque right behind, they got to hurry up. I think they're going to try to get past Magnussen here pretty soon.
Well, something else that's going on that I've kind of been noticing is that Harry Tincknell has dropped down the field as well in the 007. That car started, I think P11.
Oh yeah,
it's 16th now, so it's dropped at least 6 positions. So I don't know what happened to Tincknell at the start, but he's down in 16th right now. Hopefully that Aston Martin starts closing up. Last lap, it was quicker than Andre Lauder's number 17 Genesis, so it may get up there. I'm not really sure. We're seeing a battle right now for P4. This is what the WEC are focusing on. This is one of the big battles because Magnussen currently holding up a couple of cars, including our 2023 winner here and the driver who took the championship last season, Antonio Giovinazzi, in the number 51 AF Corsa Ferrari. Riding on board with Danny Hunkadea on the live stream. Also, just to point out, I think that we aren't allowed to watch a stream and do an onboard at the same time. So I think it's not allowing me to do the 15 BMWs onboard, but that's totally fine. Just letting you know that that's something that developed. I didn't know that. As we see, oh, the 101's got ahead of the 15. How did that happen?
Hey, there you go. So already we got it's BMW, Cadillac, Alpine, Cadillac now in the top 4 as Albuquerque has not gone past Magnussen. Hopefully, we'll see Bamber trying to get up and into the top 5 and giddy up because he doesn't want to lose his buddy there. Because the main thing is that if these two Cadillacs can work with each other for that first stint, it's going to be very beneficial, I think, for this team. Habsburg is looking very good up in front. But I think the Cadillacs can definitely work together to try to go after the Alpines. And it could maybe be 3 Cadillacs versus 1 BMW. You never know. But right in the background, just chilling. He's just sitting there. He's not worried all too much.
Nope.
It's Antonio Giovinazzi in the 51 Ferrari. And just like Jonas said, the champion last year and the 2023 24 Hours of Le Mans winner. We are coming up to the first LM GT3s as we see the Kessel Racing in the TF Sport and my beautiful 13 Autosport car. Running around. Such a shame that car doesn't have the white rims, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with this battle here for... Ooh, we see Bamber so close to the back bumper on the exit up at the... I almost said the Goodyear corner. It's still Dunlop corner. It's still Dunlop curve. I don't care what people say. But that 51 is just holding on. And because of the radio that they just mentioned, they're going to try to get past here pretty soon, I think. The 51. I think they're really going to try to maybe put the pressure on the 38 here and try to go for an overtake.
The 101 is starting to pull away from Magnussen as well, trying to catch up to Ferdinand Habsburg and P3. That would be big for Cadillac if they can do that. Right now, Alpine are in a good spot with the 35. The 36 Alpine doing well as well in P11. Just to point out, because we have a lot of people asking in the comments down below, they're asking where can you watch the race? Well, we are watching on FIA WEC Plus. That is the primary way to watch the action live. I know that a lot of people, including myself at one time, were looking, how can you watch this race free? Because it is really difficult to, subscribe to something. It's very difficult. That's my answer. It's very difficult to find a free stream. You can't really do that. You'd have to go through like some sort of pirated stream, which is just not really possible. That is part of the reason why we are streaming what we can, not to get copyrighted or anything like that, because we want to make sure that we can get you guys some action, because there are not many places to watch if you want to watch for free. But I would definitely suggest subscribing to FIA WEC Plus. As a fan, it's definitely worth it. As a content creator, it's most definitely worth it. But viewers, yeah, definitely keep in mind on that as well.
Yeah, dude, it is looking unbelievably packed here as they're making their way through the GT3 field. Gaps are starting to form out, but look at the 38. He's still holding on to the back bumper of the BMW. And man, oh man, it's looking really good here for that first fight. But half an hour into the race, and we see the 51 trying to get right back onto the back bumper of the Cadillac. It's interesting, though, with the lap traffic, you got to be good at making it through, because if you're not, people will take advantage.
They will.
And we see Bamber struggling a little bit, making it through the traffic. Giovinazzi almost taking a stab at it. So, yeah, look at the 38 car. He's lost a lot of time to Magnussen up in front. Bamber has to do a little bit more work now if he wants to get back up and maybe get into that top 5.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need to. I mean, we know the Cadillac is quick. That 38 car is extremely fast. It's just about if we can, well, if that car can get up there. That's really what that is. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, what the heck? I had a graphic come up on my screen accidentally. I accidentally clicked the FIA notes. But that was not supposed to be how that works, but that's okay. Rene Rast, meanwhile, is pulling away from Will Stevens in the number 20 BMW. That car is absolutely flying, and I'm starting to think that you were right, Nick, about predicting that car up there. Also, we have our first pit stop in Hypercar. Mike Conway is into the pit lane in the number 7 Toyota from what was, I think, P12.
Oh, sorry, I had to interrupt you there because
No
poor Bamber almost went around the outside of Magnussen on the exit of the Dunlop curve. That would have been a very audacious move. You don't really see a lot of overtakes through the first sector there, but
really don't.
Just about happened as there goes the 7 car into the pit lane. Keep going, Jonah.
No, I was just saying that the 7 is there, but we have a very close battle for P4 at the moment. They're getting held up by the GT traffic. Here comes Earl Bamber in that number 38 Cadillac. Let's see if he can get this move. Antonio Giovinazzi just sitting there, kind of minding his business. He knows how to win Le Mans, so he knows exactly what to do. Here comes Earl Bamber around the outside. It's an easy overtake by the New Zealand racer. He gets into P number 5. So that is all 3 Cadillacs now in the top 5. Brilliant stuff from the V Series R entries. Now, viewers, for anybody that has watched Le Mans beforehand, one of the big things that you're aware of is the fact that the race is so long. So don't go all out at the very beginning. Don't think like, oh, one brand is going to be dominating, one team is going to be dominating, even though the 20 BMW is dominating by 8.2 seconds over the 12 Cadillac. Do not expect that car to be in P1 at the checkered flag. Another thing that you should keep in mind as well is that last year, Cadillac were on pole in a very similar position to this year. They led for the first couple of corners, and then they just disappeared and were never seen ever again. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is that this year, however, Cadillac have a much better car. Remember, they also have an upgraded car. There's a lot of things that are different on this V Series R. They got a major Joker upgrade. And so it is clearly turning out to be a better year for Cadillac than last year. Another thing that's helping a lot of these hypercars as well is that no Porsches are on the grid as well. Porsche was a big threat last year.
That is very much true. If there were Porsches on this grid, I actually think this race would be so different.
Yeah.
So different. Because I'm willing to bet that we will be seeing a few Porsches in that top 5.
Agreed. Yeah,
I think we very much could.
So Bamber says, "Good job, Earl. Let's go. Keep pushing." Okay, yeah, that's going well. So we had a message coming in for Earl Bamber.
But yeah, it's, you know, by the way, something I also mentioned, or not mentioned, but I've noticed watching is that Magnussen is definitely in a different power mode. The way that Bamber has caught up so quickly to the back bumper of Magnussen, already into the first curve, when I was seeing into Porsche curves, how far away that they were, man, oh man, it was, I was really, really surprised to see how quickly that he was able to come back and recover. And then with that, we were able to see that he's just pulling away. Look at the gap that he's already gone. But importantly, Bamber is right on the back bumper of Albuquerque. So he could try to go up into P4. So maybe we could see that 38 car trying to go up into P3 eventually. Last laps for the cars. Rene Rast still has the fastest time of the session, a 3:28.445. He's got a massive gap of 9 seconds. So Will Stevens, here comes the 8 Toyota into the pit lane. They're going to be going for their first stop. of the day. So, wow, really surprised to see Toyota getting this out of the way, getting their stops early, very, very early. No, of course, no driver swaps whatsoever, but this is purely strategy based. And we'll see how that's implemented a little bit later into the race. We haven't talked about the LMGT3s all too much in the last little bit. And again, in the lead in LMGT3 is Drudy. And oh my God, how far ahead is he? Wait,
Uh,
7 seconds on the two Lexuses.
Wow.
He is absolutely flying. Speaking of flying, here's Giovinazzi going up the inside of Kevin Magnussen. The two XF1 drivers going at it, and up the inside goes Giovinazzi as he moves up into 6th place. Magnussen from pole down into 7th. The BMW are very much on a different strategy. They're still a lot slower. Man, oh man.
Yeah, and just to point out as well, because you mentioned F1 drivers, these two used to race against each other on the same part of the track as well. They were both, I'm sad to say this, at the back of the grid in F1, but that was down to the cars they were driving at the time. We have a lot
Look
of
at
LM2s. Yep, coming into the pit lane. Here comes the formerly pole sitting. Here comes the pole sitting car as well into the pits. The 30 of Julian Anlauer takes over in LMP2. So we have the first major stops of anybody. Also, the number 8 Toyota came into the pits as well. So both both TR010s coming in as well. So that's kind of fascinating to see. We'll catch up with them in just a bit. So Jean Van Aert into the pits in the number 28. Edex Sport Orica. Then comes Esteban Masson as well in the number 29 Forester Racing by Panis. These that's the driver, of course, that won the ELMS title as well.
Yeah, no, it's looking really competitive through LMP2. Jonah and I were talking about it the other day, actually, about how much excuse me, I lost my English there.
No worries.
Just how much competition there is, and there's so many hypercar drivers that are in LMP2 right now. Estra's in the car, Nicky Eloise in the car, Andwires, of course, in the car. Heinrich is in the car as well. So many drivers are in that car. So yeah, sorry, my bad. I'm just messaging. I'm trying to multitask as well. There's a lot of multitasking going on in the stream. We are doing a lot, trying to make sure this is all good to go. Here's a replay of the start. You guys can't see it, but man, oh man, it was a horrible start for Magnussen. He just got jumped by the two cars on the front row. This is the Alpine immediately trying to go for the... Oh, wow. It was so tight between everyone into the first stops there. Yeah, wow. Just an incredible little start there from this race. And yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a replay of the two Ferraris going wheel to wheel out on exit and someone taking advantage of it. And that was the 38 Cadillac because of the two battling. But man, oh man, we've been seeing good amount of chaos, no carnage at all, no crashes, nothing. Everyone's been clean so far. And that is, of course, what matters. But man, oh man, that BMW, that 20 BMW took the lead from Will Stevens, and with a gap of 8.9 seconds, he is absolutely, yeah, just a really good start to this stint so far for them.
Yeah, it's a really good start for them, and we'll see how this kind of progresses with everybody, because well, there's a long race to go. The thing is, viewers, is that we've been doing this for so long. Nick and I have been watching Le Mans for so long. The first Le Mans I watched live was 2008. Wow. I was 4 at the time, but hey, I remember it, and it was good memories for sure. But Le Mans is not about a sprint race. It has never been about that. I'd say it's more of it's the most purest form of endurance racing there is in prototype racing. And I don't know about GT racing because you have the N24, you got the Spa 24, which is coming up, by the way. We'll be covering that as well. That will be fun for sure. But there are a lot of races that are amazing, but this one is quite extraordinary. I mean, It is absolutely phenomenal. Here is our race leader. You guys can't see it. I wish that we could show you it. I know a lot of people are wondering, like, hey, it'd be cool to show the race. We'd love that, but we can't because of copyright. I've gone through that many times before in the past where I've been copyrighted for doing something nice. But you know, we can't do that. That's how it goes unless you get official confirmation by the broadcaster. But plus, that's just not how it works. EDX Sport, WEC is focusing on them as they come out of the pit lane. They are going to inherit the lead from Julian Andlauer once he comes in for Duquesne, but we will see how that goes in the P2 fight. I saw Ferrari come into the pit lane, one of the GT cars. It was one of the Vista AF Corsa entries. It might have been that 21 car, and if so, that makes sense as to why that car is down the order. It could have had some issues or something like that. As we have a lot of the LMP2 cars coming in, so EDX Sport will take back the lead as expected. Jean Vanner, as actually you see on the screen, he's got the fastest lap. Set the fastest lap of the LMP2 order. Esteban Masson will get into P20 overall and P2 in class. Rene Rast continues to dominate in I was going to say GTP, but no, Hypercar. Last time GTP was used at Le Mans was back in 2003 in the LM GTP category with Bentley.
Long time. It's been a long time since we've had that, Jonah.
Yeah, it really has. But I remember that race. That was epic. With Bentley winning. I didn't watch it live because I wasn't born yet, but hey.
But look at this though, Jonah. Although Drudy has completely taken off. Oh, actually no. We've already seen some pit stops, so Drudy was the Aston that I saw go into the pits. This is the main battle for the lead, and it's the two Lexuses, the Acadis cars, the 87 and the 78. They're within half a second of each other, battling, but I think they both still need to stop here pretty soon, and that goes the same for the hypercars as well. I was looking at their energy a few minutes ago. Everyone's under 20%. So
yeah, they are.
Within the next 2 to 3 laps, we will be, or maybe 1 to 2 laps, you never know, we will be seeing our first proper stops from the rest of the hypercar field. Of course, Toyota got their stop out of the way. But that's, by the way, that is going to do it. So there goes one of the Lexuses. There goes the Castle Racing 74 car into the pits behind. But that is going to be, I think, wow, he was sideways through the pit lane, the 87 Lexus. But Hawksworth in the 78, he's going to stay out. He's going to keep on going. A few other cars in the background are also going. So it was a 27 Aston that went into the pits. I think, yeah, so... yeah, the Heart of Racing 23 and the Iron Lynx 61 Mercedes are also in the pits. Same with the Proton Mustang. Same with the 34 TF Sport. And same with the 79 Iron Lynx. Now, the top 3 is 78 of Hawksworth. Yep. And the 2 WRT BMWs. They're going to go a little bit longer. The 32 and the 69 of Farfus and Harper going out. So, you know, Mr. Endurance, you picked one of the WRT's BMWs to do very well. I think they're going to be in the fight either third or in the top 5. Do you think that the strategy is already going to start to help with that?
I think so. Great question. And I predicted the 32 to win this race. And I think that, yes, WRT, they know how to do things. And I think a lot of people forget that, yes, WRT are in Hypercar with, you know, Rene Rast and Kevin Magnussen with the BMWs, but they're also in LMGT3, and they do really well. Last year, and the year before, in fact, WRT had one of the best cars. They were in the lead, and they got unlucky in both years. The first, it was, I think, I can't remember the driver at the time, but he crashed out, I think, in the Dunlop. Then they had it while leading, by the way. Then in 2025, the same car, the 46 BMW, of Kelvin van der Linde at the time, went down the order, and yeah, he just, his car just died. And then this year we have both BMWs back, and it's hopefully third time's the charm. We'll see how this goes with the 2 BMW cars. But up front, Rene Rast continues to lead with 23 hours and 18 minutes to go. Oh, okay. We have some cars coming into the pit lane in Hypercar. The 35 Alpine, the 38 Cadillac, the number 15 pole-sitting BMW, the 50 Ferrari. Actually, oh no!
Look at this. We got our first spin of the day, and that is the 61 Iron Lynx. on the exit, going down towards the Mulsanne Straight.
Yep.
That's Martin Barry in the 61 Iron Lynx. I think he's just lost it on exit there.
Yep,
Pirouetted around. I don't think he hit anything. Maybe a flat spot. That's the worst case scenario, but down and out he goes. Down the order in LMGT3. So they were doing not too bad, that car. It was up in the top 10. But not anymore. Down the order it goes.
That is not good news for Martin Barry. We're seeing a radio message from the Australian. Keep cool head, keep cool head. Still a long race to go. Mercedes are still in this fight. Meanwhile, in Hypercar, we have a lot of cars switching up positions. Where are the Toyotas?
Ooh,
That's what
I'm not sure that car's having I think there's more than just a regular issue.
Yeah.
It's having tire rub. It's smoking pretty bad now. Yeah, I was like, why is it going so slow?
Right.
There was some tire rub. There was more than just a contact. So it slid, but where's the damage?
I think that
Nothing. He didn't hit anything. What was the damage from? Huh?
did he spin because of the tire? Maybe it's a tire issue.
I don't. Well, I don't know. What would, do you think a tire exploding would cause that damage? I don't know. So something has happened. That is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. I've never seen tire rub literally rip, and it's starting to fall apart. The broadcasters are starting to say that he did actually hit a barrier, but we didn't see it.
Yeah.
So that very, very, very bizarre. Meanwhile, here are some cars that have pit, and it's a bit of an interesting battle. We got Buemi, Hatzberg, Bamber, and Conway all together, but they've all pit. So they're going to try to make their way up through the pack. But this actually has worked decently well for the 7 and 8 Toyota because they're in that front pack now. They're fighting with the guys that are they're in provisional 3rd and 4th. So it's working decently well for the Toyota guys right now. The question is for the next stint, can they stay where they are on track position? Because if they can, pretty good job from Toyota to recover.
This is really good from Toyota to recover. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is the undercut strategy, obviously, so it makes sense why they're up there. As you can see on screen, viewers, the number 8 Toyota is in P7. I'm not sure. It says the number 7 is down in P10. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so the number 8 Toyota is in P7, then the number 7 is in P10. But we'll see how this kind of goes with these Toyotas. Will they be able to hang on with these other cars? I don't think they'll be able to hang on with Habsburg and Bamber. Maybe keeping ahead of Magnussen and Nielsen to get ahead of those cars. Oh, yellow flag. Is that a full course yellow? Rene Rast in. This is perfect for him.
Yeah, Rast is going in. Will Stevens is also going in as well. And Albuquerque as well. So I'm not sure if this is a full course yellow. No, it's not. Green flags are back out, so it's all good.
Oh, you know
to
what?
go. It was just a little short yellow. Not sure what it was for, though.
I think I know what it was for. I think it was for the damage from the number 61 Mercedes that we were seeing earlier. The front splitter damage from the tire rub. I think there was some pieces of rubber that were coming off of that. I thought it was around that point of the track that the 61 was having the issues. And it makes sense that it could be around there. So the entire top 6 are into the pits, by the way.
Yep, I gotta interrupt you though. The 29 Esteban Masson. What car is the 29 in LMP2?
That's Forster Racing. The car.
That's Forster Racing. They're second in class right now. They just got handed a 5-second penalty for a start infringement. So on their next stop, 5 seconds will be added. Hey, for a 24-hour race, that might not be the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, that can also make or break your race. You can never know. So it's good to get that stuff out of the way now. It's just 5 seconds added to the next stop. So that means it's going to be an extra 5 seconds for the stop. They can get it out of the way. It won't be timed at the end of the race, which is very good, as we now see all of the Ferraris entering into the pits as long with the 20 BMW. So they're going to be making their way. And now that means that Sebastian Buemi in the 8 car is going to take the provisional lead, I think. Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe, unless the Genesis are still. Wait, yep, there goes the Cadillac. There's the BMWs. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, so Rast, wow, that just goes to show Rast has done such a good job. There he is, just coming out. He still has the lead. No, he doesn't. Blamey actually has the lead. Blamey got past, I think.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Blamey did get past.
Dude, this is really confusing.
No,
this
Blamey
is really confusing.
Okay, so
yeah, he did get past. You're right. Yeah. He did get past. So Blamey's in the lead. Rast is in second. Habsburg's in third. Bamber in fourth. Conway in fifth. Interesting how it's kind of come out after this first set of pit stops. The strategy has won for Blamey. The undercut has really worked. Wow.
It has right now, but this could come back to bite Toyota later on. It just depends. We know, though, that Toyota has arguably the best strategy team on the entire grid. They have an amazing strategy team. I mean, Imola is a perfect example of that just this year, where they got that win and beat Ferrari in Ferrari's home event, where Ferrari was arguably the faster team. But crucially, what I want to keep an eye on is that Rast has lost a ton of time to the cars behind. As we see, Peugeot versus Ferrari. Finally!
They're doing something! The Peugeot is doing something for once. Paul di Resta versus Nick Hansen as we make it into the first chicane in the Mulsanne straight. He can't get by, but oh my god. Signs of life from this car. It's actually doing something.
I think what's happened is that Peugeot have a horrible car at Le Mans, plus they have BOP problems. I think the WEC keeps giving them BOP issues.
Yeah, the BOP is just, it's ridiculous.
Well, so something else I've heard as well, and viewers, you can back me up on this. Whoa, that was a little bit of
yeah, a little bit of a shove there, but that was some body, the body language of the car was a shove. He didn't actually shove him. But he moved a little bit over, and the 83 was like, oh, he kind of reacted a little bit. But this battle isn't done as you make it down the way to Mulsanne corner. Philip Hansen singing on the back bumper. He had the energy, but no, I think he's going to back out of it a little bit early. I think he's just going to stick behind the Peugeot. Maybe try to go for it into Indianapolis corner. This is the battle for P16 and P17 in Hypercar. We have 234 viewers, by the way, in the chat. Thank you so much to every single one of you for being here. This is going to be an unreal stream. We're going to go, how long have we been streaming for, Mr. Endurance? 50 minutes. We got at least 2 more hours to go, at least for this stream. We actually have something pretty unique set up. We usually do 3 streams. That's what our plan's done for Daytona. But I think we're going to do 4 streams for you guys. 4 streams for Le Mans. We're going to make sure to catch the midnight. We're going to do today. After the stream, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Do the evening into midnight. We're going to do midnight track time, which will be around 3 p.m. Pacific time. So yes. Do the math for you guys in America. If you know for Central East, y'all can figure that out. It's between 3 to 5. It's not that hard to figure out. We're going to do that. Then we're going to do a sunrise stream, which will go from, we're probably going to start between 8:30 and 9 p.m. PST. And then we're getting up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning to do the final 2 hours of Le Mans. So we're going to do 4 streams, and we might, just maybe, have a special guest with us. We'll keep as a surprise who that is. But just know that if you're in the sports car world, you might know who he is. And he could be joining us. So that is a surprise for a little bit later. But thank you guys so much for all of the support that we've seen so far throughout this weekend. It has been incredible. Jonah and I are heel to toe appreciative, head to toe appreciative of everything you guys have been doing for us. So we hope to see you guys. Keep talking in the chat. We will be responding to you guys as the stream goes. We have a lot of racing, but we also love talking to you guys as well. So we'll be doing that a lot. But with 23 hours, 8 minutes, and 30 seconds remaining, it is all to play for here at Le Mans, as we're seeing the top 3 getting a little bit close, but the battle from 3rd down to 5th is showing to be a little bit spicy. Conway right on the back bumper of Earl Bamber as they make their way down the Mulsanne straight. It is really impressive to see that Alpine fighting up with the big boys. This is their last ever Le Mans. We all know that.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see that car go. It's one of my favorite cars. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous car. and it's going to be such a shame to see it leave. And I had a prediction and I had a gut feeling that they were going to do a one-car operation, pretty much like they will have 2 cars, but they're going to focus on one, and they are. And Habsburg and that 35 car is absolutely flying up in the P3, fighting with the big boys in hypercar. But Conway, I know he's not up in the lead, as look at Blemmy, he's really pushing that gap. They're actually starting to catch up the Ras here a little bit, these guys. So this could be an interesting fight here pretty soon. They could be catching up, and maybe we'll be seeing a 4-way fight for P2 here, as Will Stevens is starting to actually lose this battle here. But here comes Bamberg looking on the outside into Indianapolis corner. No overtaking there, my friend. He was looking for it. He was feeling a bit audacious, but no overtaking opportunity. These Alpines showing a lot of pace, but can that Mechachrome V6 hold on to it, Jonah? We'll have to wait and see. Jonah, I need to go use the washroom. I've been holding it in for like 45 minutes. You could just hold the mantle for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
I got it covered. So viewers, thank you so much for your support. As always, I want to say that real quickly while we have this time. Nick mentioned it just a moment ago, how many people were watching this stream. We have so many people watching the second stream as well. I'll just point it out as well. If I seem a little distracted, that's because I'm managing 2 different streams at once and managing all the tech issues. The WEC, I don't know what happened, but the live data keeps glitching every once in a while, and so I'm kind of just refreshing the page and hope it works, and so I'm just crossing my fingers. We are streaming the entire 24-hour race, by the way, live, so you're gonna see a little red dot next to the FJ Endurance channel as we get back to the racing action. So we're about to close the first hour of racing here at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2026. It has been an epic week. It has been a week that I have got almost 0 sleep. I wake up at 6 a.m. I work on content until 1 a.m. every single day. It has been that way for the last couple of weeks, particularly this week, and I love what I do, even though that schedule kind of sucks. I do absolutely love what I do, and I will do it again in 2027, even better. So Sebastian Buemi currently leads overall by 5.5 seconds over Rene Rast in the 20 BMW. Remember, Toyota is on an alternate strategy, so they're kind of in a position where we don't really know exactly where they're going to be when all these times kind of cycle around. The 38 Cadillac has crucially got ahead of the 12 Cadillac, so that's very interesting to see. Rene Rast is losing time to Alpine and Cadillac as well. So Rene Rast, who initially built up I think it was an 8-second gap over the other cars, has now kind of lost a lot of time. It was the undercut strategy that allowed these cars to get through the field. So Nick, nothing's really happened while you were gone.
Nope.
The only thing that I can point out is that Rene Rast is losing time to the Alpine. And this could be Alpine getting into the lead of this race very shortly, because Habsburg is in that car, got ahead of the 12 Cadillac into second provisionally, and is now closing the gap on Rene Rast in the leading BMW, or what is going to be the leading BMW, depending on where the Toyotas are. Also, just to point out as well, I was gonna say, you know what? It just slipped my mind. I don't know what I was gonna say something, and then it completely slipped my mind. Nick, why don't you take over for just a second, because I'm going to fix our map, because currently
let's get this map set up so that you guys, ladies and gentlemen, can see exactly what's going on. But for the most part, it is still Blemmy up in the lead by 4.8 seconds on the Rast. But just like Jonas said, that gap from Rast to Habsburg is closing, and it's under 2 seconds at the moment. But even though they are closing, I think all these guys that were fighting have kind of just eased off a little bit here. They know how much racing they got left to do in this race, and yeah, they're starting to show some gaps. Here's some battling in LMP2. That's the United Autosports 22 car going up against the CrowdStrike car, and I believe that is the fight all the way down in 11th and 12th with a Proton Mustang in the middle of it.
It is, man. This is multi-class racing at its peak, and I think, like, when people think about multi-class racing, I think they think about Le Mans. I mean, Le Mans is truly where it's all about.
Yes,
Is the
sir.
multi-class racing element of it all, and we're gonna see that throughout this race. Still, 23 hours to go of the 24 hours of Le Mans, but every second counts, as it said in Truth in 24. If anybody has watched Truth in 24, 2008 and 2011, the documentaries on that, go watch them if you have not already. It has been absolutely incredible. Whoa. Is that a penalty for Job Van Aert in the leading LMP2 car? It's yellow on that data. That's
I'm not sure.
interesting.
Oh no, that's because I'm just pressing.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I was like,
Jonah just had a heart attack because he just thought that the leading IDEX sport car was completely out of it. I was just looking to find a way to be like, how can I make sure that it's yeah, I was just wanting to see how I could see the teams because I couldn't see the teams for LMP2 because I'm a bit of an LMP2 rookie. I gotta be honest. I'm a GT3 guy and I'm a hypercar guy. When it comes to my LMP2s, I'm still learning. But man, oh man, yeah, the IDEX Sport car is still in the lead. Force Racing is still in second. Duquent team in third, and AL by TF, the highest rated IMSA car, in fourth. So I said that my AO boys would do decently. I was hoping for something pretty good from them. And hopefully we'll see it. We actually, by the way, Jonah, did you know that there are 3 Canadian teams on this grid?
Let me
Two
guess.
of them.
Oh, yellow flag.
Are 2 of them are in the LMP2. Do you know which teams those are?
Yes, I'm gonna guess. So, one of which is let's see here, the TDS.
Yep.
TDS Racing is one. They are technically Canadian. Actually, I think they're French, but they have Canadian support from Shopify sponsor Toby Lutka, who I believe immigrated from Sweden, if I want to say. So TDS Racing is one. AWA is the other team in LMGT3. And then I want to say,
what's the last?
The last team I'm gonna say is DKR Engineering.
And you would be correct.
Well, technically it would be Tower, but DKR is from Luxembourg. So
yeah, they are. But why are they Canadian for this year?
Because they have Tower support.
Oh, good old Tower Motorsport, my goats.
Yeah, so that's why they have John Ferrano, that's why they have Sebastian Alvarez, and that's why they have Renger van de Zende as their 3 drivers in that lineup. I was curious about that too. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Isn't this just the Tower car? Why are they Canadian? Why? But no, it's DKR and Tower. It should be DKR by Tower, kind of like how AO Racing is connected with TF Sport.
Or Racing Team Turkey by TF.
Yes, exactly. Same thing here. Speaking of which, where the heck are the Corvettes? I mean, the Racing Team Turkey car is up there in P9, but the AWA car, where's that number 2 JMR entry? I love that livery.
Jonah, I'm surprised that you are surprised. After what we saw in qualifying, I had this. They are just the worst LMGT3 cars. They are. I know the TF car was showing a little bit of pace, but no, it's all a lie. It's all a lie, Mr. Endurance.
I'm holding out a bit of hope for my Chevy guys. Even though I'm a Ford guy, I'm not a Chevy guy. I would,
so am I.
Yeah, I mean, I want Ford to do well. Where are our Fords? The 77 is in
Fords
P7.
are in 7th and outside the top 20.
Oh,
all the way down the back grid. Yeah, no, he's 23rd.
23rd. Oh man.
Yeah, all the way down to 23rd.
Come on, guys. I need Logan Sargent to win Le Mans. It would be the most epic Freebird thing ever.
We need Ford, the views.
Speaking of Ford,
oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah. What is this? Ferrari?
Ultra close. That's the Ferrari and the BMW. I think that's the 51 going after the 15. I think that's what it was. But look at this. In the battle for P3, Habsburg, Bamberg, Conway, they're separated, by half a car length as they make their way down under the new Goodyear. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. It's just
I don't like it either. I miss my Dunlop curve. Did they rename it to the Goodyear curve? I swear to God.
I know it's the Goodyear Hill, I think. But Dunlop has been at Le Mans for like that corner has been the Dunlop corner and the Dunlop bridge. I think since maybe like the 40s or 50s, somewhere around there. it's been here for a long time, so it's very surprising to see that change. That was one of the big changes heading into 2026. Also, just to point out, how are Toyota keeping up with these other cars? Do they genuinely have the pace? I mean, the seven
I
is
think
there.
they do. I think that they genuinely do, and I think that this strategy has shown it. I was actually thinking that if there was going to be a car between the two cars, like Ferrari and Toyota, that would have the advantage. I was leaning towards Ferrari. This is surprising me a little bit, but at the same time, this is goddamn Toyota Racing. This is the best team on the grid for a reason, and they have the best car on the grid, and I think they have the best driver lineup on the grid, especially in that 8 car. So, or both the 7 and the 8 car, they're both unreal. And so, I'm not surprised that I'm surprised a little bit, but at the same time, we shouldn't be surprised. It's Toyota. They're always going to be here. But I hope we can see Ferrari kind of get into that battle soon, because it's kind of been a Alpine, Cadillac, BMW affair for now.
Well, so one of the things that I can't remember which team stated it was either Toyota or Ferrari, but one of the teams was mentioning that they think that the Le Mans organizers, ACO, FIA, WEC, all that sort of thing, they were saying that they're favoring the LMDH cars instead of the LMH cars. And I was thinking, that's kind of fascinating. If you look at it, all the LMH cars, or the majority of them, are suffering, while the LMDH cars are the ones that are doing well. And it just begs the question, what would have happened if Porsche were here? I don't know. It would have been great to see Porsche there. The only car that I'd say is doing very well in terms of the LMH is the Aston Martin. Even though they are P11 and P15, they were pretty quick throughout the week. He set the fastest time in testing as well with Tom Gamble. But it's interesting. Maybe that is the case, that the LMDH cars are the ones that are doing better than the LMH cars. And just to point out on LMH, LMDH, all that sort of thing. By the way, viewers, if you're curious what those are, I'll post a video in the description down below in terms of what those actually are. Le Mans Hypercar is what LMH stands for, and Le Mans Daytona H is what LMDH stands for. But we've had a lot of news over the last couple of days, Nick. We can get in through this throughout these next couple of hours for sure. But one of the big news is that the WEC, IMSA, ACO, FIA, all these organizations are gearing up for a reclassification of the regulations in 2030. We know that the LMH and LMDH regulations are good till at least 2032, but we were expecting a change in the regulations for a unified one instead of 2 different. That would be better. It would be more like Group C, than what we have right now. What we have right now is brilliant, but I think it could be better, and I think the WEC and IMSA and everybody else know that as well. Fastest lap by Sebastian Buemi. Are you seeing this as well?
Wide and clear, and it's about 2 seconds a lap faster than anyone out on track right now. It was 2 laps ago, I was seeing that they were doing about the 28s, but now, out of nowhere, Buemi is just putting the foot down and is pulling away in that 8 car, a 326 up in the front. What Ras was doing to Will Stevens, it's being done to him. He's just getting gapped right now up in the front.
He really is. Yeah, I mean, this is impressive. That's how I describe this from Toyota and from Sebastian Buemi. The 7 cars in the fight too. I knew that Toyota were going to be somewhat there, and I was not going to count them out. I was expecting them to maybe be top 5. I did not expect them to be the best car out on the grid. I think that what's going on as well is that Toyota are going to be quick later on. Let's see a radio with Buemi. Track temp stable at 41, really good job. Keep it up. Yeah, Toyota, Buemi doing a great job right now. I have to say, this could turn into a battle between Cadillac, Alpine, BMW, and Toyota, and maybe a Ferrari being involved too.
Maybe.
Right now, they're not really there, though.
You know what I gotta say, though? And yeah, they're not really there. I think this could turn into... This could be 1999 all over again. It could very well be a 1999 rematch. Because I gotta be honest. Okay, the 38 car, that is the only car I see really competing. But like outside of it, I mean, of course, Magnussen has been a little bit quiet, and we haven't really seen. Maybe we'll see a little bit later from that car a little later. Because, by the way, he's been passed by both Ferraris now. He is all the way down the order in 10th. Nightmare opening stint for Kevin Magnussen. By the way, a little bit of an interruption. Let's look in the back. This is the battle for the lead in LMGT3. Up the inside goes the 69 BMW. I think that's the 69.
Yeah.
No, that's actually Farfus in the 32 WRT BMW going up into second. No, that is the 69. That is Dylan Harper in the 69 car. I was right. So that's Harper up in the second. That's the Acadis 87 car that's losing out. And it looks like we're going to see two WRT BMWs move up into second and third. Up the inside he goes. Oh, but does he? No, he's not. That Acadis 87 car driven by Pitu Umberescu. God, that's such a difficult name to say. Umberescu, my Turkish goat, is going wheel to wheel with the BMW. Two big heavy cars with all the weight in the front battling their way down into Indianapolis corner. Everyone behind with their popcorn. Who's going to be the one to back out of this? The BMW has the inside, the Lexus on the outside. He's not going to give into the corner. They're still wheel to wheel as they make their way down towards Indianapolis. Who's going to be the last on the brakes? It's going to be Farfus in the 32 BMW. Moves up in the P3 and up the inside goes Tuck in the 77. Does he get the job done? No, he doesn't. He just had to hold up. He actually lost a spot to the 27.
Also, watch out for Dustin Blanter in the 74 Kessel Racing Ferrari right on the back of this train as well. There's a 296 in this battle, and it is not one of the factory Vista AF Corsa cars. That 74 has been quick all week, and right now they're in the battle for P3.
It is looking pretty competitive here in LMGT3 so far. We were predicting it to be an Aston versus Ferrari battle, but right now it's showing actually to be a bit of a BMW, Lexus, Ford. Everyone's kind of battling here except for the Corvettes and the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And the McLarens.
If you're and the McLarens and the Porsches a little bit. So if you're driving a Lexus, Aston, Ford, or BMW, you're looking pretty good as we go on board with Ben Tuck, switches it up the inside as they make them way down towards the Ford chicanes. Excuse my voice crack. Up the inside he goes, and into P4 he goes. Into P5 he goes because Hawksworth is way up the grid. I want to see actually where that car is on the timing sheets. Let me go down and figure that out.
Well, also,
woohoo! He's got a 23-second gap. So that 78 car still hasn't pit. That's what that is.
Oh, it hasn't?
Yeah, it hasn't. So remember when we saw the two Lexuses fighting and we saw the 87 car go in and the 78 not? So the 78 car still hasn't pit yet.
That's fascinating from Jack Hawksworth because he's currently, BMW are going to take over the lead.
They will take provisional lead now.
Yeah, and if Rene Rast gets into the lead in Hypercar as well, it'll be both BMW in lead of Hypercar and LMGT3, which would be great for them. They said third time's the charm here in 2026. We're kind of seeing that right now. Farfus versus the 69 BMW. Who is that in the 69? I think it's Anthony McIntosh, I want to say. But yeah, the BMW is doing well, and they have probably some of the best liveries on the grid. BMW always has some of the best liveries on the grid. We have a lot of different liveried cars compared to the full season WEC grid. I gotta say, I love that 32 livery. I love the design on it. It's so different, so abstract. But Lexus currently leading overall with Jack Hawksworth in LMGT3. We will see that car moving down the order once it comes into the pit lane, though. The Corvette, the 34 car, has moved into P8 from starting in the back in LMGT3, so it's been a good recovery by that team, who were quickest in qualifying but got disqualified and started at the back. So still a lot that can happen, though, for Corvette, but as Nick mentioned, that car doesn't seem to have quite the pace compared to the others in this field. I'm really curious, though, what happened to the Vista AF Corsa Ferraris? They are 17th and 18th. They started second.
I'm so shocked to see this. Is not what I expected whatsoever. The fact that the Kessel cars are the ones leading, I'm really, really surprised. Maybe this is some early damage control, just trying to keep the car all in check for now. And then maybe a little bit later, we'll see a little bit more out of that car, out of those 296s. But yeah, just like you said, I'm really shocked to see what they're doing.
Yeah, it is very, very interesting to see. But we will see how this kind of works out with Ferrari. We'll see if there's any updates in terms of their position. Meanwhile, Mike Conway comes in for his second stop in the number 7 Toyota. Um, Elsewhere, though, I am so surprised by Buemi's pace in that number 8 car. He has leapfrogged himself into the battle for the lead and has an overwhelming advantage of 14.4 seconds over Rene Rast. Remember, the 8 car will come into the pit lane very shortly compared to the BMW, but Toyota have effectively undercut everybody, and they have performed a strategy masterclass in the beginning of this race. Still a lot that can happen, but right now, Toyota in a really good position to take their 6th Le Mans win. It would be their first since 2022 if they got it. Toyota have looked to come back to Le Mans. They have a brand new car in the TR010. I mean, it's technically still the old car, but it's just heavily modified. But they have one of the best liveries on the grid. I'd say the best livery in hypercar. I know as a Toyota fan yourself, Nick, you would probably say the same thing.
Yes, I'm sorry it is the best, but I gotta say Genesis is giving them a bit of a run for their money this year. It looks so good, that orange car. That is actually, you know what I'm gonna say it right now. That's the best orange livery I've ever seen in my life. I don't like orange cars. I've never liked them. Orange has always been my least favorite color. I don't like wearing them. I think orange, for the most part, looks not the best, but that orange on that Genesis is hot. But man, if I had to give an honorable mention, it would be that Toyota. That Toyota livery is smoking hot good. It is very, very good. Ooh, Hawksworth having some rear walking issues. I think you need to go into the pit stop, my friend.
Yeah,
I think that's why you're having rear walking issues. It's because you still gotta go stop. Someone in the chat just asked a very good question. Why did the vet get disqualified? That's a great question. In post-race inspection after qualifying, they were looking at the diffuser strake, which, if you're trying to picture it in the mind, you know the part, like, you know, on the diffuser on the bottom, there's these lines, right. Like these straight, like, line pits. That's what the strake is, and that can wear only so much. And sadly for the TF Turkey car, as it appears on our screen, sadly that car wore through its diffuser a little bit too much, and because of that, that's why it was disqualified, brought to the bottom of qualifying, and it's working its way up. It's currently in 8th place, so that's the best. At least there's one Corvette in the top 10. I don't know if that's off of strategy or whatever, but they're fighting with James Cunningham in the Manthey car, in the number 91 Manthey car, as we see 2 LMP2s entering into the pits. Take it away, Jonah.
Yep, both LMP2 leaders are in. That's Van Aert and Masson. So many different nationalities here, so many different names. It's hard to pronounce as an American. I feel like I'm like, I'm like the most stereotypical American, I guess. But the 28 coming into the pit lane as well. There's one lineup on the grid which I always have a difficulty with. I think it's this 28 lineup. This one's really difficult for me. Also, car 8 leader overall is coming into the pit lane. So we expected that car coming in.
Wow.
Buemi in for his stop much later than Mike Conway, but this is brilliant from Toyota Racing. The TR010s was not expecting these cars to be in the fight, but hey, they've leapfrogged themselves here, and Toyota are here. And I think the biggest thing to point out is that you never count out this Japanese mark. They are always there somehow. No matter what happens, they seem to always get in the fight, even if they have 50 kilograms extra weight.
They're short stopping again, Jonah. That's what I'm shocked about. Whatever they're doing for their strategy is really, really unique. I'm not really sure what it is, but I like it. It's been working really good for them. I mean, Buemi has been by far, they've been leading the race so far. They've got it so far, but we'll have to wait and see what happens as both Conway and Buemi come into the pits. They're both in. Someone in chat asking, a little bit harsh for the vet disqualifying. The reason why it was as harsh as it was because it happened in the first qualifying session.
Yeah. If
it had happened in Hyperpole, like 2 or 1, they would have started 15th or 10th. instead of starting in 25th. If that, it's just because it happened in that first qualifying session. That's why they went all the way to the back. If it was a different one, yeah, if they were in a different session, it wouldn't have been that bad. So that's why, like, it seems that hard. Yeah, it seems like it's the way it is. On board with Ben Tuck as he's chasing one of the Acadis cars. That's the 88 or the 87. I mean, that's the 88 chasing the 87. No, that's the 77 chasing the 87. Lots of sevens here, seven sections here as they're going for the fight. He's got a good exit here out of the exit of the Ford chicanes, and this is the fight for P4. Hawksworth coming onto the radio. What's he complaining about this time? I got a rant. WEC has been using the same. Actually, you know what? This is crazy. Do you know Felix Baumgartner? You know the Red Bull stuntman Felix Baumgartner?
Yes.
When he jumped out of the spaceship?
Yes.
That microphone is the exact same that they're using right now. It's the exact same. It's the exact same microphone. If you guys think I'm crazy, go look up Felix Baumgartner's clip, go listen to his microphone, and then go back and listen to the microphone here. It's the exact same. They have not changed it in fucking 15 years. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
They need to change it.
We don't know what Hawksworth was saying. I think he was just talking about where the car was strong and weak in some sections. He's still in the lead in LMGT3. They're going incredibly long with that 78 car. And we all know from experience, sorry to cut you off, John. We all know from experience that these cars, when you run long, the longer you run, the more you're at risk of losing out on positions and track time. So the time for Jack Hawksworth to come in, I think, is coming up a lot sooner than we both think.
I think so too. I mean, I don't think that Lexus has come into the pits yet, right? I think it's still on the same strategy.
Yeah, the 78 is still out on track, yeah.
Yeah, so it has not come into the pits once. So this is very, very interesting to see. Oh, the live timing just... What is going on with this?
Oh, yeah, live timing froze.
I was going to say some important things, and then, of course, the live timing was like, you know what?
Yeah, live timing and the map are frozen. Lovely.
Yeah, I think this
It's actually, by the way, it's frozen on my end, too.
I think it's the WEC.
Yeah, that's the WEC. This is not our fault, guys. This is not our fault. This is WEC. Because I'm streaming it right now. I'm just going to refresh the website. I'm gonna see if it works. I think this is a WEC problem. I don't think this is us.
If it's done this before and then it's switched back because it's on the other stream as well. I'm checking the second stream that we have where there's currently 1,300 viewers live right now. So that's nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is great. But yeah, I think this will eventually go if they.
Yeah, no, track map is just not working. We're on a different. Oh no, it's back on.
Oh, yeah, it's switched back.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working again. Hey, we're back on. But the main thing, because by the way, do you hear what's going on? Do you see what's happening on my screen? There's no commentating. It's just us. We are the commentators, Jonah, because there's no commentators on the screen. Look at Rene Rast having to move his way through 3 LMGT3s, but now that's put him right on the back bumper. This is the lead this is the overall lead right here. Habsburg right on the back bumper. He's only about 5 kilometers an hour faster than Rast. Is that going to be fast enough into Mulsanne? No, it will not. He's just going to hold on for now. Man, oh man, Rast is just barely holding on to the lead as Habsburg is right on his back bumper.
Amazing stuff here in Hypercar. This is the battle for the overall lead as it's BMW versus Alpine. Love to see it. And so sad that Alpine's leaving next season, but hopefully that car can continue to stay. There's been a lot of rumors that Signatech and BYD may be partnering. We will talk about that in a bit. But this is great to see from Alpine and BMW. We're going to take a look at this, a replay of the battle here. This is the 35 car of Ferdinand Habsburg and Rene Rast in the leading BMW. They're trying to make their way through the GT traffic as these cars continue to go through the field. Epic stuff from both drivers here.
Look at how close he gets to that outside wall because of the Kessel Racing car. Or sorry, that's the Richard Mille. That's the Richard Mille 150 that he tried to go by. Really having to be on the limit there. Habsburg had a look, had an opportunity to try to look up the inside, but no move there just yet, my friend. 22 hours, 38 minutes and 27 seconds remain in this race. Ras, still our leader in the 20 BMW. He took the lead right from the start after Magnussen and Will Stevens didn't have the best start. And look at this. What has happened to the Manthey car? This is the winner from last year in LMGT3. He's in the pits and they're working on the car. What on earth has happened here?
Drama for the 92 Manthey Porsche. I think it's Yasser Shaheen in the car. He looks absolutely devastated from this. The 91 is coming in as well, but it's just for a normal stop. The 92 in. This is the first major drama that we have seen here at Le Mans. I mean, we did see the 61 go for a little bit of a spin, but this is drama for the winner of last year, the defending champions as well from Manthey and the Bend. Oh my goodness, this is devastating for them. Hopefully they can continue on in this race and get that car back out. We've seen many cars come into the pit lane at Le Mans over the years, as we have the 009 coming in to the pits. That's the first of the Aston Martin Valkyries, so that's good to see. Speaking of
they're doing a driver swap.
Oh yeah, they are. So that's Marco Sorensen getting out. Who's getting in? Is that either Alex Riberos or Roman DeAngelis? It's Roman DeAngelis. So Roman DeAngelis is coming in. The Canadian will jump into that Valkyrie. He's the IMSA driver as well, as we see the number 8 Toyota making its way through the field. It's already gapped the Peugeots on a pit stop. This is just sad from Peugeot.
They haven't actually. They haven't passed the Peugeots yet. They're still in the back. Them having to stop is very, very interesting. I understood the first undercut. I'm not understanding this one. I'm not sure what they're playing out here. Because look at how far Conway's back on Buemi. He's another 40 seconds back. There's some massive, 23 seconds, sorry. So massive gap between the two of them.
Oh.
As here comes the 9 car. What's up?
Oh, I saw the 009 stop for a moment. They switched to the camera. It looked weird for a moment, but I think it's okay. I think that Buemi will get back into the lead though, because this stop may have helped out a few cars. Is there any glitches going on or anything like that?
No glitches at all. I'm just looking at the Aston Martin and the Kessel car. I was just wondering where they were fighting for, because the Kessel Racing 74, and I think that's the 27. Yeah, it is the 27. It's no, okay. I thought it was maybe for a top 5 spot in GT3. No, that is the fight for P7 between two Americans. Yeah, this Toyota all the way on his lonesome here. He's got a lot of work if he wants to make his way back up. This is a quick replay from the pits. Oh, okay, not much of a replay. It's just a nice little montage from the Toyotas as they make their way through their stop. But man, oh man, it's been quite interesting from the Toyotas with their strategy going up and down the field, up to the front and all the way to the back as well. So whatever they're game planning, I do have faith at the end of the day, because it is Toyota. They got it pretty figured out.
To me, the question is, how will the others combat their strategy? Because obviously Toyota are in the mix now. The question is, how will BMW, Alpine, and Cadillac combat Toyota? Are they going to be staying out a little bit longer? It doesn't seem so for Alpine and Cadillac, as the 35 and the 38 both come into the pit lane. It's going to show that on the screen.
Yep, there they are.
Moment. Yep, so the 35 will come in, the 20 will stay out, and the 38 will come in as well. The 12 Cadillac stays out. I think the same for the 101. So this is critical to see how where these cars go. Do they go for a smaller stop and try and get out ahead of the Toyotas, or do they make a normal stop and just kind of, I don't know, do a different strategy?
I'm really not sure. I'm not sure what the game plan is here for these guys as we're coming in for this. Will be their first driver swaps, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. Who's going to come in for the 38? That's my question.
Currently, it's Earl Bamber who started the car. I don't think is there a driver change? I don't see a driver change. Same thing with Alpine. I don't see a driver change.
Maybe not. Yeah, I guess it's Aston the only one that's doing a driver change. So
they're
no major issue. Genesis entering in the pits with the 19 car as well. And that will be a driver swap. So 19 is doing a driver swap. Others deciding not to. So interesting. We're seeing some of the back marker teams choosing to. Some of the front guys deciding not. Interesting. As there goes the first Alpine out. And here comes the Toyota as they're trying to make their way up through the pack. There goes the 8 up into P9. That's the 94 Peugeot up in the 8th, and the 83 Ferrari up into 7th now. The Peugeots also in the pit lane as well. And out come both the Alpine and the Cadillac. That's the 35 in front of the 38, which I think that was the order before they pit. I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
So no jumps and no switches there. There goes the 007 car out of the pit. Here comes the 50 car out of the pit as well. A lot of guys getting their stops, but everyone in the top 8 has to pit. And guess who's going to be in the lead again? It's going to be Buemi.
It is going to be Sebastian Buemi. Yeah, he's going to be there, and he's going to be up at the front. The question is, what do these guys do to combat Toyota? That is simply what I'm wondering here. Rene Rast will inevitably get behind that number 8 Toyota once the cars go through. The 7 Toyota has not got ahead of the
38 or the 35. Yeah, he's lost a little bit of time there, which is, I mean, that's where they were on time. He hadn't really pass them. Here comes Buemi going after the Peugeot, so he's just adding on to his track position here as he's got a lot more energy in the tank, swoops around the outside and moves up into a provisional P8, which we all know is going to be the lead once these guys all go into the pit lane. He's just getting another car in between himself and that 35 Alpine, which is all to the benefit of this Toyota. Really good job from these guys to get up into the front here.
Agreed. Yeah, it's been a really good stop from everybody here. Really good strategy. Somebody, I was about to see, there was an energy graphic that looked interesting. One of the cars, I think it might have been Phil Hansen, who had really good energy. So we'll see how that goes. We had a comment coming in a while ago. I just want to point it out before I forget, because it was a very interesting comment. It was from John, a regular to the YouTube channel. I always see this user come in. So hello there. John,
Hi, John.
Asks, is Gaben's son driving one of the HOR, the Heart of Racing entries? Yes. So
yep,
that is Gray Newell in the number 23 Aston Martin Vantage. So he is driving, I believe, alongside Johnny Adam, and then I think the other driver in that car is Eduardo Barrichello, the son of Rubens Barrichello, who's I think an 11-time Formula One race winner. I think he's won 11 times in Formula One, and he was most famous, of course, for racing as teammates to Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. But yes, that lineup, incredibly good. And for anybody that's unaware of what we're talking about, Gabe Newell, who's the founder of Valve, who created Steam, who, of course, you know, if you're a fan of gaming or gaming, someone who
you buy stuff off of Steam.
Yeah, exactly.
You use it.
You know who
you
Steam
absolutely
is.
buy it off of that.
So anyway, he's the guy that's there, and his son is racing today. The reason why his son is there is because Gabe is part of the Heart of Racing. He, of course, is I believe he's the founder of the Heart of Racing, or co-owner of it. But he is, that's his team. And so
it's his team?
It's technically his team, yeah. So I believe he's either the founder or a co-owner or something like that. But it is his team alongside Ian James and other participants of that organization. But Gabe is up there, and it is great to see that he's involved in racing still, and that his son Gray Newell is also involved here at Le Mans. He's making his debut at Le Mans, by the way. A lot of drivers making their debut at Le Mans. But speaking of debut runners, only 2 are in hypercar. That's Matisse Joubert and Victor Martins. Those are the only new drivers to Le Mans. Everybody else has competed at Le Mans in some capacity beforehand. Kevin Magnussen comes in and out in the number 15 BMW. It has not been the performance that I was expecting from the 15.
No, not at all.
I don't understand what's going
expecting
on.
that.
I really don't know. And this is, so Rene Rast on the 20 car has been, which by the way has a beautiful shell livery this time.
God, it's so nice.
That's
so
another
good.
awesome livery for one of these hypercar entries. We were talking about great liveries, but I want to point out he has extended the stop, and this is critical for BMW. This is what they're doing
Yeah.
to combat Toyota, I think, because here's the thing. Toyota are on 65% energy. Rast will be coming in at the end of this lap because he's on 2% energy, so he'll definitely be coming in. There's no way he can continue on. But the same goes for the 12 Cadillac and the 101 Wayne Taylor Racing V Series R as well.
You
These
know what?
cars are going to be coming in very shortly, but this is going to be great for Toyota. Sorry, great for these guys to combat against Toyota.
I think it will. Also, yeah, Magnussen went into the pits, and I think it was the 32 WRT that also went into the pits as well.
Okay.
So the LMGT3 is also getting their stops. I'm looking at the gaps. I think René Rast might do this. I think he might be able to hold on to the lead.
Really?
Yeah, because to Philip Hansen, it is 7, 9, 10. It's a 32-second gap to Philip Hansen in 5th. Behind that, it's another 20 seconds. I don't know how long these stops are. I would assume it's a minute. Maybe
a minute. Yeah.
Maybe there. So actually, well, if it's a minute, then it could be very close then. It could be very, very close.
It depends on the
But
stop.
here he comes into the stop. And yeah, it depends on a lot of stuff. Oh man. This could be very, very close. Will Stevens also going into the pit lane. Albuquerque as well. Antonio Giovinazzi also going into the pit lane. So the top 4 all going in. I think Philip Hansen has to join in as well. Maybe not. But
I think so. I think
the top 4 are definitely going in.
So where is Buemi? Buemi is exiting the Porsche curves and the Corvette curves. So he's coming into the Ford chicane now. Both Cadillacs are in. I love that WTR Cadillac. That is I'm rooting for the WTR Cadillac and Cadillac and Genesis. Those are the entries that I'm rooting for. But I love that WTR car because it's a different entry. It's from IMSA. And I love that car so much. So the 20 comes into the pits. René Rast, I believe, will be staying in the car. He's fueling up. The number 8 Toyota has just passed the...
Here he comes. So he's going to take the lead. Yeah, here comes the play. The strategy from Toyota is unreal. From the back of the grid, they have nailed this. And they are still holding on to the front. And they're going to be holding on to the front by a very, very comfortable margin. Rast is not even at 90%. There he is at 90% now. Both of the Ferraris, the 83 and the 51 are in as well. So yeah, the Toyota, he's got a massive gap.
The thing is, though, is that Rast has extended the pit stop, meaning that Buemi will have to come in shorter. And I think Rast is trying to get ahead of the number 8 Toyota, which would be really, really big here because what they're doing on strategy right now is actually working out. For Alpine and the 38 Cadillac as well, it's not working out too well. They're not going to be able to combat Rast, and the 12 Cadillac as well as the 101, because they have extended this stop. By extending the stop, this gets them into an opportunity to jump the Toyota cars. The gap, though, is 20 seconds to the 20 BMW from the number 8 Toyota of Sebastian Buemi. Buemi knows how to win this race. He's won it, I believe, 4 times before, which is an amazing amount. There are a lot of Le Mans winners here on this grid today, but the number 8 Toyota in the fight here, and it's got an advantage. It clearly does.
It really does. We're just seeing the classification after 1 hour. And man, oh man, it has been amazing. Let's go over the classification after 1 hour. It's Buemi in the lead. René Rast in second. Ferdinand Hansberg in the 35 Alpine in third. Earl Bamber in the 38 Cadillac in fourth. It's Cadillac 456 with Earl Bamber in the 38, Will Stevens in the 12, and Philippe Albuquerque in the 101. In seventh, it's Antonio Giovinazzi in the 51 car. Mike Conway in the sister Toyota is in eighth. Nicholas Nielsen in the sister Ferrari, in the 50 Ferrari, is in ninth. And Kevin Magnussen in the BMW rounds up our top 10. Still got 8 cars to go for GTP. It's Frederick Makowiecki in the 36 Alpine in 11th, Harry Ticknell in the 007 Aston Martin in 12th, Philip Hansen in the 83 Ferrari in 13th, Matthew Jaminet in the Genesis. The 2 Genesis are 14th and 15th, the 19 and the 17 car respectively, Roman DeAngelis in the 009 car, and our Peugeots, our Bob Kings at the bottom in 17th and 18th. It is looking very, very good. You want to take over the LMP2s after an hour? Jonah? Jonah? I can't hear you anymore, bro. We have lost Jonah.
I'm muted.
Jonah.
I'm muted.
There he is. I don't know how he muted it.
I'm sorry. I
I
grabbed
was just
water.
like, oh my god. I was like, let's go on the LMP2s with Jonah.
Yeah, so LMP2.
Jonah?
Oh my gosh.
Go over the order in LMP2.
Yeah, that was scary for a moment. I thought I lost connection or something. But no,
Yeah.
it's just a simple click of a button for muting. Oh my gosh. Before I go on to LMP2, I'll just point this out here. I did, what was it? I did a video the other day. And I recorded it was an hour and a half of recording, and I was so mad at the end of it because I realized I muted myself the entire time.
Oh,
it was
fun.
the worst thing ever. But it's not as worse as my Nürburgring 24-hour review, which I had to record 5 times. Yes, 5 times.
Why'd you have to record that 5 times?
Because
what the hell
my computer
happened?
lost the footage, and
no!
I tried for 7 hours to try and fix it, and it didn't work. Oh my goodness, I can go on about technical issues forever. But LMP2, let's get to this class. It has been, I don't want to jinx anything, a very clean race by these P2 entries. There has been no incidents so far. They've been doing really well. And I think the reason why, or part of the reason why, is because you have a lot of top tier drivers in these lineups. I'd say the majority of these drivers are just extremely quick and like professional top tier hypercar racers. That's what it is right now. But currently, it has been EDEX Sports that has controlled this race. The number 28 car is up there. It is doing strong. John Van Aert has led the majority of this race. And LMP2 sees that car up at the top. Julian Andlauer in the number 30 Duqueine entry. This is the car I expected to win this race. I predicted this car to win this race. The Duqueine entry is in P2. Then comes last year's winner, Tom Dillman, in the number 43 Inter Europa car. Then Harry Keane in the number 9, which I also predicted to be in the top 5. That car has a seriously strong lineup as well. Harry Keane, Jonas Reed, and Kakushin Ota. What a commanding lineup for that car. And then completing the top 5 is the 343 Inter Europa car of Porsche factory racer Nico Mueller. So he's doing well as well. But in LMP2, it is John Van Aert at the top, followed by the 30 Orica. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Also, one car that's dropped down the order is the number 29, and I think that's because it had to serve a 5-second time penalty, which is unfortunate. As we see the 28 lapping the number 3 DKR LMP2. So it's been a pretty difficult weekend for the DKR LMP2 team. As we see, did I have to jinx
wow. It? You almost jinxed it. The 26 almost getting turned into having to slam on the brakes at the last moment to avoid a major collision, and would have been our first major collision of the race so far. It's been really clean. Yeah, for the first hour and 40. Yeah, we're past sprint race times and hours, ladies and gentlemen. We're past the IMSA time for sprint races. We got a long way to go. Long way to go. And these LMP2s are staying decently attached to each other all the way from first all the way down to the top 5.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a good job right now, and what we know is that or what we all know over the last couple of years is that Orica 07 chassis is extremely reliable and does a great job at what it does. But it's great to see for sure this all going on. Any comments? If you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. We want to make sure that we're interacting with you as well. This isn't just about me and Nick kind of watching the race and kind of commentating on it, but we're also here to communicate with all of you guys as well. Nick, while we have this time, while there's not much going on track right now, I think we should mention the big news that's kind of come out throughout this weekend. There's been a lot that has come out.
Yes,
one big piece is that arguably the biggest storyline heading out of this event is during this event is the arrival of a potential new GT3 model from Genesis. I'm sure a lot of
I don't think it's a potential. It is happening. It's a potential. That car is happening.
Right now it's a concept, but yeah, I think like
really,
yeah, it's technically a concept. So it's called the Genesis Magma GT3 concept car. So, but remember, viewers,
It looks so good.
back in 2022, Toyota did the same thing with the GR GT3. They released it at the Tokyo Auto Salon, I believe. Saloon, sorry. And that car was called, oh, yellow flag. That car was called the Concept. And I think Genesis are doing the same thing as well. So they inevitably will be entering GT3 competition. So that's really good news. Ford just unveiled their 3 remaining drivers. A stacked lineup at Ford: Matt Campbell, Nick Yaloli, Tom Blomqvist. Nick, as an Acura fan yourself, you must be pleased to see 2 of the top tier Acura drivers joining the Ford lineup in Blomqvist and Yaloli.
Absolutely, I am. I'm a little bummed, no Renger. And it's kind of, now that I see that Renger didn't get the call for it, I think we might be seeing the retirement rumors for Renger might start to be a reality. But man, oh man, they got some really solid drivers. We know how good Tom Blomqvist is, both in IMSA and out and in IndyCar, and anything he gets into. He has been such a solid driver for the past 10, 15 years. And the same goes for Nick Yalowee. He's been in that 93 car. That's my favorite Acura, the teammate to Renger, and he's been very quick in some of the sprint races. Fended off the 38 car that is doing oh so well in Le Mans today. Nick Yalowee was the one who fended him off at Long Beach, so he can be very, very good when the car's right. And if that Ford is good with the Oreca chassis that it has, with
Right.
I think it could be a very, very, very good lineup. I'm really excited to hear about that. I also saw, we said we wanted to talk about questions. Someone asked in the chat, how did Toyota get into first? It's called strategy. These guys have absolutely nailed it when it came to strategy. They went super early, got their stops done about 5 to 10 minutes before anyone else did, and have just shortcut their way up into the lead. And that's why they're there right now. An incredible job from the Toyota Racing Strategy team to get them into this position. And speaking of, look at what we have here. Toyota versus Ferrari, the only 2 cars to win at Le Mans all year, and they're battling for 7th and 8th. That's Giovinazzi and Conway in the battle for 7th and 8th as they make their way through Arnage.
Yeah, and this is critical for Toyota and Ferrari to get into this battle as well with the Cadillacs, the Alpines, the BMWs, all these cars. This is very, very big for them, and we will see how it goes. And in terms of Buemi as well, he will be coming into the pits very shortly to do another stop. But critically, what's making this Toyota stay in the lead and get into the fight and ultimately become the car to beat is that Buemi gets in that car and extends the gap instead of losing any time to Rast. So this is huge from Toyota as they have somehow got themselves into this battle for the win and into the fight. So this is great to see. As we see a battle for, I think this is, I don't know where this is on track, but it's between the 48 and the 99 Pegasus Rocky liveried AO racing car. Also, one of the big news coming out of this week as well is that Silverstone is back on the WEC calendar for the first time since 2019. We're heading back to Great Britain. We haven't had a chance to really cover it at any point, Nick. We've been so busy that we haven't had time to make a short or anything like that about it. It's been an incredible turn of events. We knew that Silverstone was looking to get into the WEC. It was about time. There were a lot of rumors. We were kind of expecting an announcement, and it was confirmed. So that round will come in, I think, at round 3 in 2027. The WEC calendar for 2027 was also unveiled. 9 races. So we've expanded to another race. The Silverstone event will be 6 hours long, and it will take place, I believe, at the end of April. So that is good. I don't know how this affects the ELMS schedule, but this is great to see Silverstone back.
I think I've said this before. I've always said this. Actually, my first ever LMP1 race I ever watched, it wasn't Le Mans. It was a Silverstone race. I watched the 2015 6 hours of Silverstone. That was the first ever race. So my whole life, all I know is sports car racing at Silverstone. And to see it not there is like, what? What do you mean we're not racing at Silverstone? I'm so happy that they've gone back there. They gone back to the UK, because there's really, what sucks about the UK is that Brands Hatch is too small. Donington is too small. Oldham Park is too small. This is the only track that they can do it at. And they've been going away from it for years. And I'm just so happy with the top class, with McLaren coming back, with Ford being there next year, that Oh man, I think it's going to be really, really good. Car number 54, Floors and Zelg, and car number 79, Zelger, are under investigation for an unsafe release in the pit lane. We'll have to see a little bit later on that, but hopefully for the 54 and the 79, that's the 54, that is the sister AF Corsa car.
Yeah.
The 79,
that's the Mercedes, the Iron Lynx.
That's the Iron Lynx Mercedes. So we'll have to see what happens when it comes to those penalties. But yeah, interesting stuff for now. Rear left puncture for Harry Ticknell. He has a puncture. And so he's going to have to box, even though I'm watching him push over 300 kilometers an hour. What the hell is he doing? He is pushing that car in spite of the puncture. So Harry Ticknell in the 007 car, he's going to have to go into the pit lane. As, oh man, look at the Peugeot getting out of order through the Ford chicanes. It clipped the curb a little bit wrong, and it just fully unsettled the car. Almost lost it through there, but able to keep it clean and tight. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more out of that car a little bit later into the race, but the Aston Martin's not really having a good time whatsoever now, having that issue. And now we'll be going to the bottom of the grid. But he's still driving. Where's the puncture? Like, he's still pushing the car. That's got to be a slow puncture that they must have measured in the data, and it just hasn't happened to the car yet. That's my guess. Because he's still pushing. Yep, they're going to do a driver swap. They're getting ready. This is very, very bizarre as to why they've done this. This reminds me of George Russell in 2020 when he had to pit under mysterious conditions when his Mercedes team said that he had a puncture, even though no one ever saw it. But I think they're saying on the radio, yep, they're saying out. Pressures all look good. So there's no tire puncture. Car's completely okay. Interesting. So they were looking at the data on that, investigating, and they thought because of the pressure drop, they thought there must have been, and they must have saw a massive pressure drop or pressure increase. That must have been like, oh yeah, there's a puncture. Well, it would be a pressure drop. It would not be an increase. But it seems like they're all good. So Harry Ticknell in 12th place in the 007 car. He's going to keep going. Doesn't need to pit yet.
Yeah, that's good news for Aston Martin. Hopefully they can continue on with this right now. Up at the front, no change so far. Cadillac running 4, 5, 6, so they're having a good race right now, but they need to start chasing down these engines.
They got to do more.
Exactly what Bamber is doing. He's on the back of Habsburg. So the Cadillac is in the fight for the top 3 at the moment. There's the 12 in the background and the 101 as well. So this is fascinating. So I'm kind of curious to see where this gap is between the BMW and the Toyota and their energy, because right now the Toyota has 26%.
6%.
Yep.
So it's about 40. Yeah, it's 40%. WEC live timing. You should check if the live. Yeah, it's down. WEC live time is just fully broken. Nice. Thank you, WEC.
It's not broken so far for me, but I think it's
broken on my side.
It keeps switching back and forth because it was broken a moment for me. And then I kind of just refreshed it. Unfortunately, I have to kind of keep managing it in some way. So that's how it goes.
I'm on 2 streams.
Yeah. I don't know. And I don't know if we can watch the race, or we have to reset. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, Buemi continues to lead, has the fastest lap currently. He'll be coming into the pit lane in the next couple of laps to fuel up. Same thing with Mike Conway in the number 7.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. We got it back.
Yeah, we got the stream back, but my live time is just not working. Oh.
Resetting maybe?
I love you so much, WEC TV. It's just not loading. That's crazy. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll try to give you guys as much updates on gaps and times and stuff. This is why M says better. Anyways, so 22 hours, 9 minutes, and 10 seconds remaining in this race. It is still Buemi in the lead by 22.9 seconds. So unless Buemi goes for a stop now and gets it quickly out the way so he doesn't lose that much time, that WRT BMW will take the lead again. The 51 Ferrari and the 7 Toyota, very close out on track. No overtaking opportunities yet for the 50 or for the 7 car. But a little bit up the way is that WTR Cadillac. So they're not out of the picture for 6. There we go. Oh my God, that was ridiculously long. I reset it because it was broken, because it was showing at the top of the screen that the leader was the Peugeots and everything. I was like, well, that's just not right. Now it's fixed, so we're all good. Oh man, it has been a contentious race so far, as we're just coming up to the 2-hour mark into this race. We're 2 hours into the stream. We should do probably about 1 more hour before we take a break. Yeah, and then we will be back at 3 p.m. local time for us to do another stream for another 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours into the dark, because the sun will be setting here in the next few hours. Track time is now coming up to 5:52, or maybe it's either 5:52 or 6:52. I think 5:52. Yeah, 5:52. It's 5:52. Track time. So they're not going to be, the sun won't be setting for another 3 to 4 hours at least for these guys. As we know, the race always is picked as close as it can be to the summer solstice, so that the night is as slow as possible. So the 51 car just came on the radio saying, or the engineers of the 51 radioing to Giovinazzi were letting him know that the 7 car might be going into the pit lane here pretty soon. I would assume the same for the 8 car as well, as they're trying to make their way through some LMGT3 cars. As the Toyota's at 11%, the 7 Toyota's at 11%, the 8 Toyota is at 18%. So these guys will be coming in very, very soon up the inside on that iron link. So you have to force it a little bit there up the inside, but able to get his way through. The WTR Cadillac a little bit hard. So everyone is still within striking distance, but then again, yeah, this 7 Toyota, he's gonna have to. He's not done what we expected of him, and he hasn't gone past the 51. So the 8 car is absolutely making use and working with the strategy. 7 car, not so much.
Yeah. Sorry, I had yawned. It's been an early morning.
No, you're all good.
So yeah, the 8 car should be coming in very shortly. The 7, probably I would say next lap, maybe even this lap. I don't know. We will see how that goes. The 20 BMW, I'm very curious to see how their strategy kind of works out. No, we should get on the live data. That's probably when we'll first get notifications on when these cars are coming in. So we'll see that in just a bit of time at least. And then just to focus on the our live streams that we're doing, as Nick mentioned, we will be back in a bit because we have 3 more live streams. Of course, we're going to be streaming the whole race through the live data, but in terms of me and Nick doing this watch party kind of thing, we will be back for midnight running at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Then we will be back for the morning of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and then we will be back again for a 4th time at a very early morning for us, but the end of Le Mans. So around this time tomorrow, we will cover the end of the event. We thought, more events, more coverage. It'll be great to see. We've been kind of gearing up for this all year round. It's just me and Nick today because another co-host of ours, David, is unavailable today. He's usually a part of our Le Mans watch parties, but the reason why is simply because, well, he's getting married. it's a big deal.
The big boy is getting married. Congratulations to Daniel. We hope he is, or it's just David. We hope that he's having a phenomenal wedding. Hope he's watching the stream right now, just checking in on Le Mans. I know that is actually exactly what he's doing. He's half paying attention to his wedding, half watching this race. I know that's exactly what he's doing. Man's got his priorities. What can I say?
He mentioned to me a while ago that he was going to be doing he's going to be getting married while there's a big screen in the background of Le Mans going on, and his eyes would be darting back and forth. That's what he was going to be doing. A true fan at that. So David, definitely really excited for him for what's coming up next in his life. But he'll be back with us most likely in the next couple of weeks for Spa, the 24 hours of Spa. That's going to be fun. So, believe it or not, but Sebastian Buemi is pulling away from Rene Rast, and the gap is 25 seconds. Unbelievable stuff. As Charles Milesi gets ready to come into the Alpine and take over for Ferdinand Habsburg, I think the same thing for Cadillac. Earl Bamber is going to get out, and Jack Aitken is going to get in. So there's going to be some driver swaps coming in. Buemi should be doing the same thing with Rene Rast. This could be critical and decide the whole event in terms of what happens here. Our LMP2 leader has come in as well. Jean Van Aert is coming in after an amazing double stint by the Dutchman. It looks like he's going to be either staying. Oh, he's getting out. So it's going to be either Paul Larfagu or Valerio Rinicella that comes into that lineup, into that car. Sorry. Paul Larfagu is now, I think it's Paul Larfagu. He's going to come in. We'll see. But the Cadillacs doing strong right now. 38 and 12 are at the same point of the track, it seems. They're going to be coming in with the 35 Alpine most likely this lap. Or sorry, not like most likely this lap, in the next couple of laps. The 7 Toyota, though, should be coming into the pits this lap, as Mike Conway is on like literally the end of the energy for the number 7 Toyota. The 7 car is not really going to be in this this battle too much for the win, I think, but it's in a position to get some solid points. Right now it's coming in to the pits, so that's expected.
We are tired as hell, you guys. I understand. You guys need to understand. We have been at this all week. Both of us have been putting in like 14-hour like work days to get videos out. We are dead. You should have had a Red Bull. I forgot to buy Red Bulls, but it's all good. We are tired, but it is okay. Look at this though. We're getting a bit of a train here. Third down on the 5th. This is the 35 Alpine. Oh, here comes the Toyota into the pit lane. That's the 7 going in. The 8 is still out. I think he's going to do one more lap.
Yeah, he'll come in this
before
lap.
He will go in. But that gap is 28 seconds, so he will lose out.
The 101 Cadillac is getting blocked by an LMP2 entry, by the way.
Yeah, he is. The WT1. Yeah, the WTR is getting blocked, and the 51 Cadillac, or 51 Ferrari, I mean, might try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, he might. We'll see how this goes. So there's a driver change also at the number 7 Toyota. Mike Conway is getting out of the car, it seems, and jumping in. I can't tell who that is. Actually, maybe Mike Conway stayed in the car. I thought he
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
let me look down. Yeah, Mike Conway's still in the car.
Okay, so I thought
Mike Conway has
but...
not gone up. No, not yet.
So in that case, Buemi may stay in the car. Same thing with everybody else. Ferdinand Habsburg and Earl Bamber will definitely be getting out, though, according to as we see the 51 Ferrari trying to go around the outside of the 101 blue Cadillac. I think the Ferrari will stay
a little
behind,
bit in the background.
Yep. So Albuquerque will stay in P6. Gotta say, brilliant stuff from Wayne Taylor Racing. Last year, it was their debut at Le Mans. And they mentioned that like they were having a hard time with like they weren't really prepared. This year, they're prepared, and they seem to be on the pace with the Jota cars. So brilliant stuff from Wayne Taylor Racing. And great to see them back at Le Mans. It's sad that Action Express are not here. They would have done well. They would have probably been up here at the fight. But the problem is that both their star drivers, Earl Bamber and Jack Aitken, are in the 38th lineup. Yellow flag on track.
It's going to be green flag. Green flag's coming out. Okay. I watched it. Nothing's happening. It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger yellow flag.
Thank goodness. Okay.
I swear to God, if I see a car wrapped around the, like, okay, good. Good. It's done. It was a short yellow. I was like, I swear, if I see a car wrapped around a fence post right now. Oh, man. But Yeah, these Cadillacs, they're showing potential. We've always known that they have pace.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. I think this is the 30 LMP2 car. This is Richard Verschoor, Dorian Pin, and Onlyer, and they're doing a driver swap.
Allar's out. Who's in? Vashore or Pin? It's either one of them. Don't know who exactly is coming in quite yet, but we will see in just a bit as it's Genesis v Aston Martin v Alpine. Great to see this as the 19 car is battling with Harry Tinknell's 007 Aston Martin. That's Mathieu Jaminet behind the wheel. As in comes the leader, Sebastian Buemi is into the pit lane in the number 8. That was expected. The gap, though, has significantly
20
dropped.
seconds. Yeah, it's dropped quite a bit. Last few laps. Rene Raz, I mean, last lap, Sebastian Buemi was faster, but he's going to lose out here. The gap is only 20 seconds, and is it going to be a driver swap?
It is.
It is. So out goes Buemi, so he will most certainly lose the lead. Who's going in, though?
I think it's Hirakawa, I think.
I think it is Hirakawa. Yeah, he's got the hydrogen special car.
No, it's Hartley.
He's got the hydrogen special. Oh, it is Brendan Hartley, my Toro Rosso goat. And Toro Rosso legend Brendan Hartley is in.
And Hartley
down the order he goes.
Hartley as well,
Yeah,
just to point out real quickly. Sorry to interrupt you there, but Hartley is a winner of Le Mans twice before, and he's got quite the experience at Le Mans. So I would not count out Brandon Hartley to continue the pace that Buemi was showing. So keep an eye on the number 8 Toyota. The question is, how long will that stop be? He's gonna exit, I think he's gonna exit ahead of teammate number 7. Who got in the Mike Conway's still in the number 7, right? They're double centing or triple centing actually. So that's interesting to see. Also, this lap should be the 35 Alpine, the 38 Cadillac, both coming into the pits. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out as well. The 12 Cadillac and the 101 should be staying out as well. But yeah, this has been a fascinating race so far. How long have we been streaming for? I think we've been
streaming just a little over 2 hours and 5 minutes, I think.
Okay. So we'll probably go for another, what is it? I don't know, till the 21 hour mark, I would say.
I would say we go until the 21 hour mark. Yeah, I'm fine to go for another hour. So, yeah, I will say, I mean, has this race been interesting on wheel to wheel? Look at this. This is the 23 Aston Martin going for a spin on the first chicane. Got the power down a little bit. They have no traction control, no ABS, remind you. So you get on power, there's no traction control to save you, and around he went.
That was Gray Newell's car, the 23 Aston Martin. I don't know who was in that car, if it was Newell or his co-drivers Adam or Barrichello. But either way, whoever was in that car saved it and did a great job of doing it. So that 23, unaffected from the incident, maybe got a flat spot, though, from that problem.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But we're on board with Mathieu Jaminet right now in the 19 as he's trying to go into the last, I was going to say last point spot. I'm not sure if they do point spots up for the top 10 for WEC.
I think they do.
I'm not sure what is. So 10th is the last spot. So this is the points. This is for the final point spot here at Le Mans. And it's between Aston and Genesis. Genesis, who are showing to have a lot of one lap pace. The reality for the team starting to show its form. They're in 11th and 13th right now. Not bad at all. I think they know that their main competitors is that Aston and going and trying to beat Aston Martin. Maybe going after the Alpines as well. Like the 36 Alpine, I think would be a good marker to go after as well. If they can beat both of the Astons and that 36 Alpine, that's a win for Genesis. That's an incredible start for them. As we see the 83 AF Corsa car going 3 wide with an LMP2 and a TF Sport LMGT3. All 3 classes on the same part of the track. That's why we love Le Mans, is because we got them all on the same part of the track. 21 hours, 54 minutes, and 40 seconds remaining. It is still Rene Rast in the lead. He's still in the car as well. So I believe, because I saw Jack Aitken getting ready, I think pretty much for the 20, the 35, the 38, and the 12 car, they're going to be doing the driver swaps really soon here. I think they will be doing that on their stops. And I think that goes the same for most of everyone else, because, yeah, we saw the Toyotas do their stops, except, Toyota and Aston Martin, I know, have done driver swaps. Has Alpine done a driver swap?
No, not yet. Neither car. So
No.
Ferdinand Habsburg's still in, and Frederick Makovicky still in the 36 as well. So no
Yeah.
change there. I don't think anybody's done a driver swap except the 8, and the 009.
And the 009. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are the only two that have done driver swaps. So because I'm seeing everyone starting to get a little bit more prepped and looking at the energy, no one's above 30%. I think we're going to be seeing some driver swaps within our top 5. 28% for the 20 BMW, 12% for the 35 Alpine in second, 13% for the Cadillac. So it looks like the Alpine and Cadillac will be pitting together. The 12 Cadillac and the 20 BMW, they have the same amount of energy. They can go together if they want. The BMW, though, they have the control from being up in the front to set the standard for what everyone else is going to do. Because we know how it works. Do whatever he doesn't do is usually what we hear on the radio when they're having a battle. So with 27%, he's got a pretty good energy advantage. We'll see how that will play into the pit stop. 5.6 seconds cover the top 2 is the 38 Cadillac. We haven't seen it on screen because the WEC broadcast wants to show us an LMP2 passing in a GT3, but the 38 Cadillac has moved up into second. He's gone past the Alpine. So from 10th, dropping down the grid and then dropping down the order, that 38 Cadillac right up to the front. And there he goes. Yeah, I think he got him either into Mulsanne corner or through the chicane, the second chicane. He got him, and up into second goes the Hertz Team Toyota Cadillac, driven by Bamber.
That is critical for the 38 car, and that could prove the rate. That could be the race-winning move right there. You have no idea what could be that. Also, great news for WTR fans. Albuquerque has rejoined the fight after being held up by a couple of different cars, and he is now on the back of the 12 Cadillac as well. We should expect a lot of these cars coming in as well. Giovinazzi in this fight as well for what is P3, the battle for P2 actually. But yeah, a lot of these cars are going to be coming into the pit lane as well. And it's going to change things. I think it's going to change things. We're going to see probably the 38 and the 35 in this lap. Let's see how this goes. And Nick, where do you see the number 8? Do you see the number 8 anywhere on track? I don't see it anywhere.
The number 8's going through Indianapolis corner and Ornage right now. It's behind the 17 car. It's behind the 17 car right now. It's in 14th. So he's just chilling for now. Oh my god, my laptop's about to die. What the hell? This is what happens. Anyone in chat, if you have a Surface Pro, like any Windows, you will understand. I've left this uncharged for 2. It dies in 2 hours. That's incredible. That's incredible.
You gotta get a fast charger.
Well, this is a fast charger. It's a fast charger. This computer's just a fast dyer. In come the 35 car. So it got overtaken and said, I'm done. So in they go. So interestingly, so the 50 also comes in as well. The 38.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Despite being on the same energy as the Alpine, doing another lap. That's an interesting strategy call. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest agreeer of that. Out goes Felix Acosta, wait, huh? It says Habsburg comes in, but I don't think he's in that car anymore. I think someone who's in that.
Wait, yeah, so I think it's weird. So Habsburg was in that car, then it switched out with Charles Malesi. So Malesi's now in that car.
Oh, so Malesi's in.
Yeah, Malesi's in. Same thing. The 36 is also coming into the pit lane. Wow, a lot of cars coming in.
It's a double stop. Yeah, look at this. Very busy pit lane.
A double driver change as well. So 36, Makovicky out. I think Gunan is going to get into that 36 Alpine, or it's Victor Martins. I think that's Gunan though. Genesis coming in as well. that guy's.
Wow, he is just sideways stretched the whole length of the car. I was not expecting to see that. I don't know what he was fixing in the car, but whatever it is, he needed that angle to get it. So out he goes. And out goes the 50 car. Ooh, look at this. So the 50 car, I think it's jumped the 35, or was that the 36 that was still in the pit lane? No, yeah, it was the 36. So I thought the 50 jumped the 35 for a second, but no, it is not. The 7 Toyota, though, has jumped the 50 Ferrari. That's big in their battle, because they went for different strategies, but De Vries is the winner. Fuoco losing out, as Fuoco is now into the car. Nick De Vries has also gone into car, so Mike Conley was swapped out during that pit stop.
Okay, so that's interesting. So there was a stop there. That's good to know. Also LMGT3 Tom Van Rompuy continues to lead for Lexus. As Lexus maintain the lead and have done so. It's been Lexus and BMW up at the front, so that's good to see as well. But for Hypercar, really interesting to see that Earl Bamber stayed out an extra lap. Now, could that be a strategy call? I don't know. It seems that
I think it
Alpine
is.
Yeah, it seems that Alpine decided to come in and change out the driver. I don't know if Cadillac's going to be doing the same, but it does seem that what they're trying to do is trying to get ahead of that number 8 Toyota. The 20 BMW also trying to go long on its strategy to jump the number 8 Toyota in a stage at one point. But remember, viewers, the thing that's so interesting about Le Mans specifically compared to other events like maybe Daytona, even Daytona is completely different compared to Le Mans. But Le Mans is interesting because the cars that are up front right now, it could be completely different at the end of this race. It could be the 2 Peugeots leading 1-2 at the end of this race. We have no idea, and that is what's so exciting about Le Mans, is that things can change, but it changes in the most purest endurance way possible. So just for confirmation, in comes to the pits for Earl Bamber in the 38 Cadillac. Yellow flag out on track. I don't know what that's for, but the 38 all good. The 38 Cadillac.
I didn't mean to do that.
It's all good.
I was just sorry. I was just thinking something. I was like, how am I gonna do the videos for, like, how am I gonna do our reaction videos for this? Because with IMSA, it's just on YouTube. I can record it. I just wanted to know if I could go back through the stream and click through it, and thank God I can. So
I think you can.
That's gonna be very helpful.
Plus, I think the WEC posts like oh, sorry, I bumped my table. I think that the WEC posts like 4-hour highlights and stuff like that. So like from the last 4 hours or whatever. So that will be good as well. We can take a look and see how that all works out.
And it looks like Giovinazzi is going to be boxing in 1 to 2 laps time, as they're saying over the radio. That car currently in 4th. There goes Bamber and Joubert in the 7th and 8th into the pit lane. But now, ooh, look at this. We're seeing a little bit of battling on track. Here comes the AF Corsa car of Giovinazzi. And we're worst. I'm sorry. That is the worst camera angle in racing. I hate it. Yeah, let's look at a great battle. Let me just see the driver and not see the battling. I don't know. But he's flashing away. But that 51 car, he's really trying to go after Albuquerque and get into that top 3. As these 2 V8s are flying all the way down the order. It's Jack Aitken that gets into the 38 car, replaces Earl Bamber. The 51 car trying to swoop to the outside, unable to do so. No overtaking opportunity just yet for that 31 car, or for that 51 car.
So it is currently P1 Rene Rast, P2 Will Stevens, P3 Felipe Albuquerque. It is BMW, Cadillac, then Ferrari, as Giovinazzi continues to hunt down the WTR Wayne Taylor Racing entry. So we will see how that goes. But Jack Aitken in P9 now after coming out of that stop, and he still has a Peugeot in between the Toyota and himself. But this could be good for him to start gaining the advantage and then try and close up to Rene Rast once Rast comes in for his stop. It's going to be curious to see. I'm going to be curious to see how this all kind of unfolds. So 45 minutes until the next hour of completion for the 24 hours of Le Mans in 2026. It has been a great race so far. It's definitely been a little bit less like eventful, I would say, compared to previous editions, but surprisingly it's been really clean, and I think that just shows like how experienced and how talented these drivers are. You know, there's a lot of professional drivers in the field this year, across all 3 categories, which is not really that common for LMP2. LMP2 is usually amateur drivers or bronze rated drivers, in other words. There's usually, you know, a different type of racing aspect there, but LMP2 has a mix between bronze and like high top tier, like factory drivers from, like, for example, there's a lot of factory Porsche drivers, since Porsche unfortunately is not here at Le Mans this year, which is such a big shame. And definitely, I said this when Porsche left, it was going to make a difference at Le Mans. not seeing Porsche there. And yeah, there's a big difference. There's a difference not seeing Porsche there. It's still a wonderful event, but there is a change in things. There's a little bit different. There's a difference between how Porsche was here versus them not being here. But still, we are seeing one of the best races at Le Mans, one of the most competitive grids for sure, as Kevin Magnussen and Philip Hansen come into the pit lane. So BMW and Ferrari come in for their next stops.
Oh, man, Jonah, we got a long way to go on this, and it's just starting to click in for me. We're in here for the long run. And so are these guys, because, man, oh man, I do wonder how tired some of these drivers are. A lot of guys from Canada, a lot of guys from the States coming over here, a little bit jet lagged. I bet you some of the Asian guys coming over here are probably a little jet lagged as well. So I could imagine it would be a little bit tired for some of those American guys coming in here, but I think they've acclimatized themselves all good, and they know that there's nothing worse than being tired at 2 a.m. in a race car. So it could always be worse for later in the race, but for right now, these guys, they're pushing their way on down. Giovinazzi losing time to Albuquerque in third. I think the gap now, let's see what is the gap now between these two? It's 1.2 seconds between the two of them. And look at this. There's the 15 coming in for 4 tires and a quick stop.
Rafael Marciello
hopefully,
in the car.
And Marciello is now in the car. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more out of that car. Because, man, oh, man, it's been on the disappointing side pretty much from the green flag drop, that 15 car. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more later into this race. Maybe it'll come a little bit more alive. Why am I hiccuping? Oh my God.
It's okay.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But man, oh man, Aston Martin in LMGT3, I should mention, they're just gone. They're, sorry, not Aston Martin. This is gone. They got 22 seconds. That 78 car with Hawksworth going long. They're on an offset strategy compared to pretty much everyone else, and they are just so far in the lead to McIntosh, Umbrescu, Powell, and Leung, the top 5 in LMGT3. That goes Lexus, BMW, Lexus, Ford, BMW. Both of the Astons are pretty quiet. The 23 car, after having that spin, still down in 11th. James in the 27 Aston Martin is in 6th. So very quiet right now. The highest Ferrari is in 7th. Ayuchen Guvan, the DTM champion, and his debut, first ever Le Mans, in the 91 Manthey car is in 8th. But the best Corvette is the 34 Turkey car, but he's down in 10th, and he's fighting with that 62 iron lengths.
Also, Will Stevens and Felipe Albuquerque are into the pit lane, the 12 and the 101 Cadillac, both in, and so is Antonio Giovinazzi in the 51 Ferrari as well. So that's big news for all 3 cars from the lead. Brendan Hartley in the number 8 Toyota will get ahead of all 3 of them, but the question is by how much? That is the big question. We had a couple comments coming in from people in the comments. One of them is saying, where are you guys watching from? Well, Nick is in Canada. I'm in the USA. So, you know, we're still in the same time zone, though. But, and there was another question.
Sorry to cut you off, Jonah, but we have a driver swap for our leader, Rene Rast, into the pits, and out goes Rast. Who goes in?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't see exactly who it was. It's either Sheldon van der Linde or Robin Freins. I have a feeling it might be Sheldon. Because of the overalls, but I'm not really sure exactly. Oh, it is Sheldon. Yep, it's Sheldon into the number 20 BMW. So that's good news. Rene Rast did a phenomenal stint, taking over the lead of this race at the start from starting P4 in this event. But yeah, it's definitely great to see. So Sheldon van der Linde jumps in that car. The number 8 Toyota will inevitably get into first once again. Yellow flag. I don't know where that's or why that's the case.
It's on the Mulsanne straight. I don't see anyone stopped on my telemetry. So, and the broadcast isn't panning towards anything. So I think we should be okay.
Yeah, I don't see any cars stopped or anything
It's
like that.
still
on the tunnel.
yellow, though.
Yeah, why?
I'm not sure. Interesting. Yeah, what could that be for? Here, let me look at race
It's
log.
back
Let's
to green.
see. Yeah, there was a double yellow waving at turn 15. It's back to green now, but yeah, interesting.
Also,
We don't know what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was either. It was very, very strange for sure. Also, just to point out as well, there's a couple of other driver changes. Louis Delatraz has jumped into the number 12 Cadillac from, who was the driver? Will Stevens beforehand. And Ricky Taylor is now aboard the 101 Cadillac. But that car has dropped all the way down to 9th, behind the Alpines, the 2 Ferraris, and the number 7 Toyota of Nick DeVries. So very interesting to see how that's happened. But what is the gap between first and second? That is my question. It seems to
The gap to first and second is 27 seconds between the 8 and the 20. Yeah, so Buemi got that. Wow, they're really working the strategy right now. It is a 27-second gap right now. That is unreal for Buemi, who has Buemi and the Toyota team have just shortcut everyone and has just gobsmacked everyone.
Yeah, and in LMGT3, it's a massive gap as well. Tom Van Rompuy is 22 seconds ahead of the 69 BMW of Anthony McIntosh. So Lexus absolutely dominating this thing with the Akotis ASP entry. So this is great news. And then the second Akotis car of Petro Umbaresco in the 87 car is right on the back of the 69, trying to make a move actually into Indianapolis. Here we go. Is he going to get the move? No, and McIntosh stays ahead. And so the green Lexus will stay in P3. There's not many like green cars like that, to be honest.
Not many, no. I'm not a big fan of green and black. I think green and black doesn't look very good. Like, I'm not like the old, the Kick Saubers I thought looked disgusting and terrible.
I don't like those.
This looks good because this isn't black. This is green and gray. And I think that works a lot better than green and black. A lot better. Also, question, Mr. FJ Endurance. Have Lexus won in LMGT3 at Le Mans before?
Never at Le Mans, but they have one in the WEC.
They've won the WC championship. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know that they've won sprint races. They just haven't won Le Mans.
Yeah, they've never won Le Mans. They've never won the title, but they have won a couple of races in the WC.
Oh, look at this. I think we see a Toyota in trouble from 2 Ferraris right in the back. That's the 7 car getting hunted down by the 1551. This is the battle, not just for P6, but also for P5, because Charles Malesi is right up there. Alessandro Pierguidi is in the car. Fuoco is right behind. These are 2 of some of the best Ferrari drivers on the planet right now. They're better than Charles Leclerc. But anyways, the reason I mentioned that is if you guys have seen anything on qualifying in Spain, oh my God, fraud. Anyways, Fuoco and Pierguidi are right on the back bumper, and Pierguidi's saying, and we'll have to see a replay of it, but he said, if we keep racing like this, we're going to crash. Now, we haven't seen any racing of ourselves. They've been single file, very close, but single file. We'll have to go to the replay and maybe see if there was something for that, but nothing as well. Malesi's starting to lose a little bit of time there. That 7 Toyota is really hunting him down.
Yeah, Foco must have made contact with Pierguidi. I'm not really sure where that was, but we'll have to see how it goes. The WEC timing graphic keeps glitching every once in a while. It's like goes from tons of battle graphics to just the little circles. Like I don't know what that is. But yeah, this is a 4-way fight for this battle for P5. I'm wondering where the
the 50 car around as he tries to go up the inside of the LMP2, and around it goes. That's the first contentious part of this race, and Antonio Fuoco goes down the grid. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. The 50 car it's alive. It's okay. It was just spun. It was just spun by an LMP2 entry.
He tried sending it up on the inside. I was watching it. I was like, this is really tight into there. I don't know if the LMP2 saw him. I don't think he did. Fuoco trying to send it up the inside, but around he goes as they were going down the Mulsanne straight. And now it's Pierguidi versus DeVries in that battle for P6 and 7. Ricky Taylor has passed Fuoco, so he's down into 8th.
Yeah, that was...
Fuoco... Sorry, yeah, Fuoka saying on the radio that he was just had the door closed on him. That's what it looked like to me too. I was like, that's a little contentious. Man, oh man, that's our first big drama of the race.
Let's see it on board with the number 51. Here's the perspective, and the 50 goes down the inside, and the Duquesne entry on the outside. I don't know if that was... Fuoka kind of made a late move, but the Duquesne entry did kind of chop him off there. I don't think the Duquesne entry expected the 50 to go there.
I don't know. That's really close. Yeah, this is a replay from Fuoka. Yeah, he just got kind of turned into, like, he could have taken a little bit more curb maybe, but I don't know. I think he got turned into there.
I feel like it's racing.
I was talking about fraud watch from a Ferrari, and not even a minute later, it happens. But the 51 car, because of that, has lost a little bit of time. The 7 car, he's now going to be, the 7 Toyota, he's going to go right after that 35 Alpine, but incredibly though, look at that. That's a bit of a breathing room for that Alpine, because the Kessel Racing 296 has just gone in the way. So he gets up the inside into Arnage. He's able to get the overtake. But man, oh man, that was a big moment for that 50 car as he got spun around. We've seen 2 cars. Every spin we've seen has been at that corner. I forget what that corner's called. Let me bring up.
I think it's Tête Rouge. So I think
it is Tête Rouge. Yeah. I think you are correct on that. Yeah, it is Tête Rouge. So both spins that we've seen today have been at Tête Rouge. So wow, what chaos, as we have 21 hours, 32 minutes, and 32 seconds remaining. Whew, contentious.
Yeah, this is getting intense now. Yellow flag, another yellow flag. Is that down to just maybe a spin or something like that? I'm not really sure, as the Cadillacs
I'm not 100% sure. Green flag has been brought again, so yeah, not really sure what it is.
Yeah. What happened though with the oh wait, I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
What? It's okay.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Something else I was gonna mention though is that, can anybody stop this number 8 Toyota from dominating this race? It is now 29 seconds to the BMW in second position. Wow. Harley and Buemi have just taken this car to an absolute different level. Toyota are are on fire right now. And I mean, Toyota clearly have a quick car. I think that it's the number 8 specifically, because the number 7 is somewhat there, but it's not really just like, it's just kind of like there or thereabout. But Brendan Hartley doing an amazing job. Can Sheldon van der Linde do something different and challenge that Toyota for the win? I don't know. The thing is, viewers, though, is that things could completely change later on in this event. Richard Verschoor is in the lead in LMP2. Then it's Paul Lafagou. Then it's Luis Rossier, not Rossier. Rossier was another driver back in the 50s. Yeah, Rousset. It's I think it's Rousset, and then there's also another driver by the name of Luis Rossier, which is spelled almost exactly the same way.
Oh my god.
But he was a driver that was back in the 50s and had that incredible win with Talbot where he drove for 23 hours straight. Which was insane.
Wasn't that the race where he had his son?
Yes. Yeah, his son drove for an hour.
His son drove 40 like half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. He drove for like
talk about not having faith in your kid. Like, holy shit.
I guess so. I don't know. But they both won that race. It was the 2 father and son duo. I think that's the only race in history at Le Mans that was won by a father and son duo. Yeah.
That's the only time.
And I mean, I think there's been other drivers that have taken wins, like there's been other drivers that competed alongside their like, for example, Jan Magnussen and Kevin Magnussen in LMP2 in 2021.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think the 12 Cadillac has gone past the 38. They're seeing on the screens. Yeah, they have. Oh. So the 12 Cadillac's gone past. They're having a little bit of a battle here for the last podium spot between Delatraz and Akin.
Interesting. So Delatraz gets ahead of Akin, and these two are teammates over in IMSA. They're on different teams, different cars. Oh, is a 38 trying to go around?
Are they doing a switch? Yeah, they're just doing the team switch. Yep, they're just doing the team switch. So the 38, which that is undoubtedly the correct call. The 38 car is the fastest. Get him out. Get him after the 20 car. what is the gap to the 30 car? It's 11.9 seconds to the 20 car. So quite a lot. Personal best for the BMW doing a 37.7. But dude, the Toyotas are running 1.2 seconds a lap faster than the BMW and the Cadillac right now. It's not even close. The Toyotas are just night and day. I don't get it.
How did they do this? Because they were not quick throughout the sessions beforehand. I think this is strategy. I think they've strategically mastered this.
They just nailed this. Yeah.
They've nailed it. They've totally nailed the strategy here. And I mean, the 7 Toyota is doing well too, but it's the 8. The 8 is on a different level compared to these guys. However, if you notice the energy, this might explain part of the reason why Toyota is so competitive.
Yeah, they're on an offsite. It's purely off of offset.
Well, not only that. Not only that. Sorry to interrupt you there, but not only that, but the Toyota is using a lot more energy than the BMW. It is now like the gap between the energy was like, I don't know, maybe 20%. Now it's like 60% or something like that. Like the gap is much bigger compared to what it was before.
So here's the thing. I feel this is the question, and I'll leave this to you guys in the chat as well to ask this, because this is a great thing. Because the question is, you got to find a balance of holding off and keeping your energy, because what I'm scared about is that BMW will hold off too much, Toyota gets too far out, and then by the time they use all that energy at the back half of their stints, it's going to be too late because the gap's already too big. So the question is what is the key for energy usage? Do you want to follow Toyota and use a lot to try to gain that back? Or do you still try to just back off a little bit and just wait for the race to come to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a question that the viewers would have to answer for sure. I'd be curious to know all your guys' thoughts below. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because it's like you want to push as fast as you possibly can to, get a good result. But then at the same time, you want to go long. You want to do the strategy right. That is what Toyota is so good at, is getting the strategy right. Same thing with Porsche Penske Motorsport over in IMSA. They are so good with strategy. There are certain teams that just know how to do it. Yeah, Toyota, they're doing it right now, it seems.
Jonah, we just missed the pass for the lead. Richard Verschoor in the 30 car just passed Rousset in the 29. So Verschoor just goes up in the lead.
Oh wow. I think you're right. Yeah, so that's the 30 car, Duquesne, the entry that was involved in the contact with the 50 Ferrari, now into the lead of LMP2. So that's a change. That's an on-track change. That's good to see as well, as we see a battle for P5 at the moment as the Toyota.
Yeah, it's Duquesne getting up. It's the two French teams in LMP2 going at it. But look at this. Charles Milesi I just lost my words. I thought he was going to be able to pull away from these two, but nope, that doesn't seem to be the case. De Vries and Pierre Guidi are going right at him. We have a three-way battle for P5 here, ladies and gentlemen. 21 hours, 25 minutes, and 55 seconds remaining. We're on board with Pierre Guidi as we make our way down towards the Porsche Corvette curves. My main question is, do you think this Alpine can hold on? Or do you think this Toyota and the Ferrari might go for a 2-for-1 deal here?
I think that the Toyota and Ferrari will get ahead of this Alpine. The Alpine's quick, but the Toyota and the Ferrari, they seem to be having better pace right now. Specifically, Nick De Vries in the number 7 car. Toyota clearly have a quick car here. I think the Toyota is performing better than the Ferrari, which is very surprising considering that Ferrari have been so dominant at Le Mans. But it goes to show that it was partly down to BOP. BOP is a big difference, but I think Ferrari has been handed a significant BOP increase for Le Mans specifically.
Sorry to interrupt you, car number 30. So that car, Jonah,
the LMP2
that Fuoco crashed into, that's the leader in LMP2.
Yep, it is. Mm-hmm.
So they're investigating the leader in LMP2 for that collision at Tête de Rouge. That is massive.
Oh man,
Pierre Guidi, Alpine is slow, but it's impossible to overtake. Pierre Guidi is not having a good time in that 51 car. He's losing out to this car. It was a 3-way battle. Now it's turned into a 2-way battle. Down on the exit of the Tête de Rouge, down the Mulsanne straight we go. Can De Vries get past Charles Milesi and move up into P5?
The Alpine is quick on a straight. It is really quick on the straights. Because look at the 7. We're on board with Nick de Vries, and he is just not catching up to that 35 Alpine at all. And I think that's part of the issue with these LMH cars is that they're not quick on the straights. They're really quick on the corners, though. And that Toyota is very quick, especially through the Porsche curves, I think. You can tell that by onboards. I've been watching and kind of investigating these onboards for the last couple of days. These TR010s are very quick in the corners, which is very interesting to see. So Brendan Hartley continues to lead by, what is the gap, Nick? Because I can't see it on my screen between.
The gap is 27 seconds.
Gosh, I don't know how can anyone stop this 8 car. I really don't know how.
I'm not sure.
And hey, if Toyota wins this race, bravo. Man, they deserve it. They totally deserve this win. But I'm not even going to get into that right now because we're not even in the halfway mark. We're not even into the 3/4 mark. Like, we're just in the beginning.
We're not even a third of the way in the race.
Yeah, like this is still so much longer to go in the 24 hours of Le Mans. We still have three streams to cover. We still have a lot to cover. I'll probably take a break in a bit just to get some fresh air, go for a walk or something like that, because it's been I woke up at 3
Not me. I'm going to work. I got some YouTube shorts to work on.
You do,
and
yeah.
Yes, I do. And
I'll help you out with that too.
It's all good. But it's just, someone said a volcano will erupt in the last 2 hours and overheat Toyota transmission in P1. I just want to let you know the closest active volcano in France is Mont Tremblant. That's like 300 miles in the wrong direction.
You never know.
So like, yeah. Hey, we're in El Nino weather. How hot is it at Le Mans? Le Mans temperature. I bet you it's over 25 degrees there. I bet you it's hot. It's 30 degrees there, which for y'all Americans and your stupid goddamn Fahrenheit, that's 86. It's not that's if you're in California, that's pretty nice. But for the rest of the United States, that's pretty damn hot. And that's in the evening. So the evening sun is going to be coming in. It's going to be burning these drivers up. I hope that they have I was about to say, I hope they have cold water. All their drinking water's warm. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's all hot. It's all coming alive there. So, man, oh man, it's going to get really hot. They're going to be hoping and praying that it's going to be a nice and cool nighttime. But it's going to be a very short nighttime, as it will only go from about 10 to about 5, I think 6 a.m. is when sunrise is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when Le Mans.
Yeah, it will be around that time, I think. We'll start to get
sundown's at 10. So from 10 to 6 it'll be dark. So only 8 hours. That's not a long time.
No.
Of night. So compared to the 24 hours of Daytona, that's nothing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because Daytona is in the winter, and it's like it gets dark at like 5 or 6, and then it doesn't get like better until like another like 11 hours later. Like it's dark for like 10 to 11 hours, which is insane. That's one of the cool aspects of the Rolex 24. But the 24 hours of Le Mans, currently we're going over it. Brendan Hartley continues to lead as we approach the 21-hour mark. We'll go for another 20 minutes or so, viewers. Then me and Nick will take a break, and then we'll be back for the midnight stream, which will be 3 p.m. our time. I believe that's around midnight at Le Mans. So that will be in a bit. We'll be back to cover the stuff. But I did have a comment that I wanted to point out as well, one of which was the LMGT3 stuff. But what was it? The comment was about can we show the LMGT3 leaderboard? But I think we can't because there's not much space to put on. But we can.
Go ahead. Jonah, I after the stream, I have an idea I want to talk to you about. I think there's a way for us to, if we have 3 different browser streams for LMP that we just switched for Hypercar LMP2, we can do something called slideshow, and every like 30 seconds, it just switches between. I think we can do that. I know you can do it with photos and videos. I just don't know about browser sources. So yeah, we might be able to. If we can get the small box out of the way, have the big box, and every like minute, 30 seconds, it just swaps between Hypercar, LMGT3, and LMP2. I think we can do that. Speaking of LMP2, Frontier. Is it Frontier Racing? No, it's not. That's
Forster.
the 29 car.
Forster.
That's Forster Racing.
Yeah.
Going in and out of the
Panis.
pit lane. They were fighting in the top 3. That's the Panis car. So they were fighting up in the top 2, but they are now going down the way. Charles Malesi still holding on to dear life from this Toyota Racing 7 car and the AF Corsa. But man, oh man, it is really just a 2-horse race up in the front between Toyota and BMW, but it's really just a 1-horse race. I don't want to make conclusions or jump to anything, but you said it. How has this happened? How have they just completely just fallen away?
I don't know.
You know what's funny is that last night we were talking about it. Ooh, the 7 Toyota has officially gone into the pit lane. So there goes De Vries into the pit. Who else is going into the pit lane? Is anyone else? No, it's just them.
009 should be coming in very shortly as well, though. They're on a different strategy.
And Fuoco in the 51 car has gone past Ricky Taylor in the 101. So he's slowly trying to recover from that spin. But man, by the way, they're showing that that Toyota racing car in the number 8, it's still pulling away from the BMW at half a second a lap. Unreal up in front. Just a dominant performance. Meanwhile, down in LMGT3, it's Ayhan Guven fighting for that second spot with Umbarescu in 87. He swoops up the inside. It's going to be a drag race. Porsche versus Lexus as they make their way down the grid. All the way down in the back is Eric Powell in the 77 Ford. He's not in this fight. It's a 2-horse race, and it's a drag race as they make their way down towards Indianapolis corner. It was the Lexus that was on the outside that had to give way, but it's going to be again that Lexus giving way as the Matthai Porsche swoops up in the second, the highest we've seen a Porsche all weekend long.
The 2024 DTM champion is into the top 3. Ayhan Guven doing an incredible job to get ahead of that Lexus. It is now the Porsche that splits the 2 RCF GT3 in this event. Also, just to point out, while speaking about Lexus, this could be the final event for Lexus as a brand at Le Mans.
I think it is. I think this is their finale because I think the GR-GT3 is confirmed for next year as the 30 cars come in for a stop. So that's the leader in LMP2 coming in for, I don't know how many. I was going to say the 3rd or 4th stop. But I have no clue how many stops. I wish they showed like a stop counter on the stops.
It would be good. I don't know why, but yeah.
But yeah, it is a stop. There goes the 91 car into the pit lane. So he got past the 787 and said, I'm going to go in. And following behind is the 77 Ford also entering into the pit lane. Let's see if there's any other GT3s that are following suit. Kessel Racing in the 74 is also going in the pits. Racing Team Turkey and their 34 Corvette. That's the best performing Corvette so far. Also entering into the pit lane. And guess who is also in the pit lane? It's our leader overall. It's the 8 car.
Yep, it
from
is.
the lead. So they will lose the lead here on the stop. But again, through strategy, they will gain it back again. So it's just unreal how well they've played the strategy game on this. It has worked so well for Toyota. But then again, this worked so well for the first third of this race. We got a long ways to go to know if this strategy at the beginning of the race actually won them the race. It's so very, very early to see. But with that gap already up ahead, it is looking very, very good. In comes that 8 car, but also the 23 Aston Martin. I think that was the 54. The 150, the 23, and the 21. All come in. The 150 Richard Mille AF Corsa, the 21 Vis AF Corsa, and the 23 Heart of Racing. So here comes Brandon Hartley doing his stop, just doing the basic cleaning, and they're only going for fuel, no tires this time. So just an energy stop.
That's interesting.
Want to know something? Actually, you want to know what virtual energy is? I actually learned. Virtual energy isn't fuel. It's power used through a stint.
Yep.
At least in LMGT3, at least. So you're only allowed to use a certain amount of watts per stint. So even though all the horsepower figures are the same, You can only have that horsepower figure for so long. And so think of it actually, instead of it being like a percentage, it's actually a timer.
That's true.
It's kind of like a timer in a way of like, oh, your time's up. You've used too much power. You got to come in. So, but that doesn't mean that fuel stops still have to happen. At least for the hypercars, we know that there is energy because there's an electric power, but they are doing mostly fuel stops. So out goes Brendan Hartley. He is in 11th. So you can see just from the pit stops and the cycles, the fact that he's in 11th from the lead, that's really, really good. So everyone in front of him has to pit. And I think he's going to go right back up into the lead after this cycle. 13 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the 21 hours of this race. So 21 hours, 13 minutes remaining. And it is still looking very, very good for that 8 car. In comes Garage 59 and Andreas Au in the 10 car as he comes in. TF Sport also coming in. The Kessel Racing 57 car also coming into the stop. That 57 car the 57 car has not been having the time of its life. The 61 Iron Lynx 13 Auto Sport car also in the stop as well. So a lot of people doing their driver swaps as they go in and out of the pit lane. Up in front though, it is still the 20 BMW. He's got a 9-second lead to that 38 Cadillac. But most importantly, last 2 laps, that last lap, it was a 327.4 from the 38 Cadillac, a 329.3 from the BMW. So if they keep it up, Jack Aitken is most certainly going to be catching up to that BMW. But I do think with energy, that is not going to be lasting for as long as we thought, Jonah, as we see the Genesis in its beautiful orange livery right in front of the 15 BMW in P8 and P9.
Yeah, I love that livery. It's just phenomenal. I mean, this is the Genesis usually runs like a black or a silver livery for the full season. I think this is a special one-off livery for Le Mans.
They should run this for the rest of the year. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know why either. This is Genesis are associated with orange. This is orange. So I don't know why that they don't. But maybe one car will be orange, the other will be gray or black. That's what I was expecting, but both cars ended up being a different color. So I don't know. We'll see in Sao Paulo in July what happens with Genesis. But this isn't the only.
Oh my God!
I know. Did you see that camera?
The camera literally about to shake off the top side. I actually hope that doesn't become an issue, and where it falls off and then gets sucked into one of the cars. That would be very bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very bad. But look at on the last times, he was a 10th. So wow. Okay, so he was only 2 seconds a lap faster on that last lap. That must have been because of traffic. But the Genesis not coming into the pits with 9%. That's bold.
Wow.
He's taking that right to the end.
That's surprising.
I guess he really doesn't want to lose that track position, but you are anyways when you have to pit. So I don't see the point in extending all the way to 0%. But I guess they really don't want to get passed by this 15 BMW here.
I guess not. I mean, this is going to be interesting to see how Genesis does. I mean, they're currently P8. Both cars are in the top 10 right now, but that's mainly because the number 8 Toyota came in as well, and all that sort of thing. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I bumped my table again. But Marciello reporting on the radio. Let's see what he says. It can't really tell. It's kind of blending in. But as we see the 009 Aston Martin come into the pit lane as well. Nick, I don't know if you have this data on your end. Do you know if what the energy is like for these cars? Or is that...
I cannot bring that up.
That's what I thought.
Let me see.
Well, because I'm curious to know when or how much energy does the leading BMW have?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
The leading BMW has 33%.
Okay.
Second place in Aiken, 19%. The 12 Cadillac in third has 34%. The 35 Alpine has 10, and the 51 has 33. So all of these guys, they got to pit in the next 2 to 3 laps.
And then what about Brendan Hartley in the number 8 Toyota? How's he on energy?
88%.
Okay.
88%. So he's going to take the lead back, undoubtedly.
Yeah, but that's actually kind of fascinating to me. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you so much for letting me know that, because if the 20 BMW is extending this, I think they might
Okay.
be. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I was just yeah, no, I think they might be good. But so you remember the shaking that we were seeing from the camera?
Yeah.
That wasn't the camera. That's the car. Matthew Jaminet just came on the radio saying he's dealing with a lot of vibrations in the car right now.
Oh.
He says he's getting shake to bits in the car. So that explains what we just saw with the shake. I thought it was just the camera being loose. No, that's the car having some vibration issues, but it's critically, he's not losing a lot of time. The BMW hasn't got past. He will have to go in for a stop, though. His energy is 2%.
Yeah, he's got to go in.
He's at 2% and he's at Indianapolis. He actually might run out of stint energy here before he makes the pit. Very well. Here comes the 43 Interpol car. We have not talked about Euro Interpol at all.
No, we haven't.
Inter Europol at all. But there they go into the stop.
Yeah, they have two cars on the grid in LMP2, the 43 and the 343. The 43 has one of the best lineups on the grid. Jakub Schmiekowski, Tom Dillman, and Nick Yololi. Yololi just got confirmed at Ford. Yep, and Tom Dillman, former hypercar driver with Van Wall as well, even though Van Wall isn't around. Although, speaking of boutique brands, one of the big news coming out of Le Mans is that Isotta Fraschini are back. High Class Racing has revived the Isotta Fraschini program. It's most likely going to be for the Asian Le Mans series, but there are major rumors going around that Isotta are going to be back at Le Mans if they get an auto invite from ALMS, or High Class Racing may be able to branch into that as well. Into the pits goes the number 19 Genesis of Matthew Jaminet in that beautiful orange car. Do you think Genesis might be able to fix the vibrations that he's having, or do you think that's something he's got to deal with?
Hey, I don't know. That might be very, very internal with the car. We'll have to wait and see. The 35 Alpine also coming into the pits. Same with the 007 Aston Martin car. So 3 cars coming in and doing their stops. And wow, that thing sounds incredible. If there's one thing I'll give to the web broadcast is that there's a no commentary thing. We've been watching this race the last hour with no commentary.
Yeah,
it's just track sounds, and it's great. It's so great. And they're doing a driver swap. So in goes Danny Juncadella. We'll get that into the car and Jaminet out.
It's great to have this going on here, and just listening to the sounds of this. That's why I love WEC TV. It's just they do such a good job with all the sounds. I wish that we could have an onboard, because we were gonna have an onboard, guys. We had it all prepared for the Pole Sitting 15 BMW, and then that's
why we have the thing on the top left screen that with the graphic. There was supposed to be an onboard for the whole race,
right?
But
I don't know.
Didn't happen. Sorry, guys.
It says that what happened was that it was gonna be there, but then it said that we couldn't watch the stream and watch an onboard at the same time. So I think that's the reason why. I'll have to look into it in a bit. And if I get it worked out, I can get it for a future stream as well. We had a comment coming in saying, can you guys minimize this little graphic here? Yes, this was temporary. This was a last minute a graphic that I just put in. But
yeah, we had to do that last minute. And also, I know someone says it should be legal not to have Radio Le Mans. I just want you to imagine you're commentating and you have someone commentating in your ear while you're commentating. That's not fun. It's not fun. No. If I had because I have the option to not have the commentator saying stuff, which it can be beneficial because they do give us some information that maybe the screens don't show us. Look at the vibrations on that car. It's still happening. There's something really wrong with this 19 Genesis.
Yeah, it's slow out of the pits. That's Paul Luchatel on board, but I think that's down to cold tires. That's normal. But yeah, the vibrations, seriously, something seriously wrong with that 19 Genesis, which is not good because this is the car that was leading. As into the pits comes the 343 Inter Europol car. I don't know if this is just an unusual stop or... Oh, it's the leader. It's the leading LMP2 car. That's why we're focusing on it.
They're just doing a fuel stop. It's just a fuel stop. And they were in the lead, but not anymore. Because we're coming up to the last few minutes of the third hour. Or the second. This is the final few minutes of the second hour of this race. There goes the 87 Lexus, the Cottis car, into the pits. They have been very, very fast all weekend long, still in the top 5. Hoping, not just for a top 5, but an LMGT3 win. Yep. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Why is our live stream is lagging? That's fun.
A little? Really? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, I'm fully freezing. What the
That's
fuck?
That's me. I think that's me.
Oh, that's you? Okay.
I think
I
it's
was like,
me.
oh no, not my stuff breaking again.
I think it's on me, but I think it's okay now. Let me see. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was me. Okay, but it should be back to normal now. I think what we'll do, Nick, is that we will we'll probably go until the leaders come into the pit lane, I would say. So like the 20 BMW, then the 38. Once those cars kind of make their pit stops, I think we should probably call it there and take our break.
Yeah, we're all good now. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll call it there once everyone gets their main stops, and then yeah, we will take a well-deserved break. But we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back. There's also our live stream, our live data live stream. So if you still want to see all the data that you're seeing here, we will get that right back up for you guys per usual. So, yeah, we're coming up to the last few minutes of the stream. We're seeing some stops. The 36 car is just coming out of the pits. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more out of that car as they make their way through. That puts the Toyota racing car, the 7 car, up into the top 10.
Yep. And the 8 is now into P7, so we should be expecting the 20 BMW in the next couple of laps. Same thing with the 2 Cadillacs. Ooh, as we see the 101 Cadillac of Ricky Taylor on the back of the 51. Come on, Ricky. He's a winner of IMSA. He's a winner of the Rolex 24, and he's trying to win Le Mans, and this is his best way that he can. Ooh. Beat the car which won first for Ferrari. As they're going around the outside, the Ferrari keeps it ahead. That's the experience of Pierre Guidi coming into favor, but they have some LMP2 traffic coming up as well. Here comes Ricky Taylor on that 499P. Hopefully we can go on board with the 101 Wayne Taylor Cadillac. The Ferrari goes to the LMP2 to the outside, on board with the V-Series R. Around the outside comes Ricky Taylor.
He's going to go for this.
I think he's going to try.
No, he's not. He's going to back out of it. Yeah, he backs out of it. Good move to do that. That would have been bold to try to send it around outside there. But he's just going to have to wait it up. He broke very early into the Mulsanne corner. You saw how deep Pierre Guidi braked into that corner and was able to stay ahead because of that. So that's the experience of Pierre Guidi showing compared to the Taylor brothers. The Taylor brothers do show in some bits to have some one-lap pace, but that wheel-to-wheel craft compared to the Europeans is a little bit different, and Pierre Guidi's showing that experience right now. Oh, looks like one of the lights on the Cadillac is not working.
Oh, one of the front lights?
Yeah, or maybe it was just reflection. I don't know. It was looking like one of the front lights wasn't working, but I think they are.
Okay. This WTR Cadillac is running strong. I believe this is the exact same chassis car that competes in IMSA. I think they just brought it over for Le Mans. I think that's simply what it is.
I'm pretty sure too. Also, 38 car into the pits.
Okay, so, there we go.
Okay, Nick, we have a rear left slow puncture. The pressure is still okay.
No way. Another slow puncture. Let's see if the data is right on this. But Nick the Threes in the 7 car might be having a slow puncture, and that could send him all the way down the order. Oh no.
Oh.
Well,
they might come into the pit lane to fix this.
Yeah, they might come into the pit lane. This could, you never know. This could be either just for safeguards. This could also be jumping to the conclusions, because remember, the Aston Martin Valkyries thought they had a puncture, but they didn't. Toyota might be safe here and they go for it. Here comes the 38 car of Bamber, who's in second. He's dropped down the order. Same with Kubica, by the way. In the 83, he's also come into the slot. And so that's Kubica into the car. I think they must have done a driver swap if he's in the car now. Or was he in earlier? I don't remember.
Hansen was in earlier, and now it's Kubica.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Nick DeVries into the pit lane for Toyota. That's dropped the 7. That's going to drop the 7. Yep.
So it is a slow puncture. Wow, that's really big for DeVries.
That's going to put the number 7 further down the order and leave the number 8 as the only car at the front. Oh, that's devastating for DeVries. as Robert Kubica heads to Le Mans for the first time after winning the event last time out. I don't know if he's going to be able to win again, though. A lot of people want to see him win, but it has not been a good year for the 83 crew. Last year was a lot better. This year, it has been a pretty difficult season for the 83.
Undoubtedly, but now with this stop, the 8 car's on its own. He's got no one to work with. This 7 car, I think, this could be an early knockout of the contention for the win for that 7 car.
Yep.
So if that 8 car wants a chance at the win, which, by the way, it will be taking the lead once the top 5 all do their pit stops, that 7 car now being out and doing their stops, did they not change a tire?
I think they did. I saw... Yeah,
oh, okay, they did. Okay. So they
wait.
did energy first, and they're just switching the rear left. So they're just doing that one and out. So they don't lose that much time. Well, actually, they do lose a decent amount of time with that. But that is, I think, a Toyota out of the contention for the win. I think we got one Ferrari out and one Toyota out, Jonah. Yeah. I think that might be him done.
I think there's still a lot that can happen. We still have 21 hours to go of this event. So that 7 car could surely be in the lead in the next couple of hours. So I think I've seen at Le Mans, I've seen a car go from 3 laps down to leading the race and winning. Or whatever, you know, like I've seen that happen. That's what's Le Mans. That is why Le Mans is so crazy, is that
what
stuff
Le Mans
happens.
Was that?
2017.
Was it? Yeah, it was the 919.
Yeah, so the 919 was in the garage, and it was it had an issue, and it was the number 2 car. It went in the garage for like, I don't know, like I don't even remember how long. It was a long time though. That put an LMP2 in the lead, and then that number 2 Porsche, which was like, I don't know, 3 to 4 laps behind, caught up and won the race. And that was because of all the other LMP1 cars having issues as well. So you never know with Le Mans. You really have no idea. I don't think we're going to be seeing that in 2026, though, because there are so many hypercars.
Uh-oh. Matthew Gemini has a pit stop infringement. The number 19 car.
No.
Having an issue. That is not good. No bueno.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know exactly. It just says pit stop infringement at 18:10:15.
Okay.
So I do not know exactly what that means. But we have passed the hour part, and of course the pit stops. Well, the 51 and the 15 are in. The 8 is up in the 4th. Do we want to wait for these next 3 stops, wait for the 8 to go into the lead, or do we want to call it now? Up to you.
I'm fine with calling it now. I mean, I don't mind it. We know what the answer is going to be. We know that the Cadillacs are gonna come in, and we know the BMWs are gonna come in. We know that 8 car is gonna get into the lead. It could be good to take a break here while we have this kind of slow point in the race. Viewers, the good news is though that even though Nick and I are taking a small break, you can keep watching on the FJ Endurance channel with the live data, which is gonna go to the end. And then me and Nick will be back in a couple of hours to cover the event. Stay tuned though, because Nick especially, and I'll be helping out as well when I can, is going to be helping to put out some really cool shorts and some content from the event.
Get on that Instagram Reels, ladies and gentlemen. Get on the Instagram Reels. We will be posting there pretty quickly. As soon as the stream's done, I'm getting straight to work on editing a video, trying to get that out in the next hour or so.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to work. Well, viewers, it's been an incredible first stream. We've got over, I think, 8,000 views on this stream so far, and that number is going to go up because it kind of gets updated as time goes on. It's been a crazy Le Mans so far, really eventful. It's not been like super chaotic as the past has been, but I think we're going to start to get some chaos later on, especially when we get to the nighttime running. This is going to be one heck of a race to the end. We'll see you at midnight for the 24 hours of Le Mans stream. Until then, though, catch up on the live data stream. Watch the race if you can on FIA WEC TV, or sorry, FIA WEC Plus. That's how we're watching. That's the best place to watch. There are other places to watch too, but that's the main place. But yeah, for Nick and I, we're taking off for just a bit. Enjoy Le Mans. Let's get the racing going, and we'll see you in just a bit.
See you guys.